How we doing, peeps? How we doing? Look how many of you are already talking. Svet's here. Haha! Svet, is this the first time you've ever been on stream? How we doing? Who we got? Memo, Matt, Randy, Koji, Arctis, how you doing? Zentros, hey bud. Svet, we are going to do a European tier list later. What that's going to be on, I haven't quite decided yet. Boquin. What are you doing? Do you know what? The best thing about you, Boquin, right? You come in late, you give me $5, and you don't say anything. You're like the most low maintenance person I've ever had to deal with, and I love you so much. Absolute dub, bro. Thank you so much, man. How is everyone doing this fine and fantastic Friday? Arctis, I'm doing good. It's been a good day. Kids are at my mum and dad's, so I don't have that distraction, which is great. To be fair, they're not a distraction ever. They've never distracted stream, but it's one of those things. I hear a bump from upstairs, and I'm like, oh, are they okay? Shaded, new name. How are you, my man? Maybe it's a new YouTube name, but maybe I know you from somewhere else. I hope you're doing well, friend. So yeah, we're gonna chilling with the cats. Nice. What I've done, just so you can all see, I have got the tier list ready. Best hero. And I've even, do you even know what I want to... I've even, whoosh, look at that. I've even changed the layout so I can make it smaller. So you don't have to see all the peripherals. Because what we're going to do today, as well as doing... Oh, you're Vulcan. How you doing, dude? Nice to see you, man. Well done for making it on stream. I don't know any of the voice lines, Koji. I'd be so down for that. I'd be so down for that. So we're going to do some profit orbs on this account. We've got loads of profit orbs. We're going to do the profit orbs. Profit orbs are fun. I enjoy doing them. Oh, good, man. Happy to have you here. We might also do them on the mini account, the Alakita account. What we're going to try... Ah, Svet. You didn't have to do that, dude. Thanks, man. Oh, bless you. We're going to try today. We're trying to change something. What I'm going to try and do, as well as doing the usual stream with my boys, is we're gonna take a couple of breaks from normal streaming and try and turn little bits into a video. That's the idea of it. So like when it comes to the tier list, I'll make the tier list. We'll have a discussion. And then I'll record 10 minutes of me just doing it. And then same as the European tier list, we're going to do the same. So that will give me like a 15, 20 minute video for during the week. Yeah. Oh, Svet. Bless you. Listen, I can get your name up there Monday stream. It's unfortunately, yeah, Cinder beat you to it. You can let me know a colour and I can make your name a fancy colour. I can only do basic colours. West Ham do slap. Tim, how are you, man? Hey, listen, if you guys want to compete over something like that, whatever floats your boat, I'm all here for it. Arctis, you want to be pink? I've done you blue because of Arctis. So when your name crops up, it's a nice light blue. What did you say? You want to do pink? Well, I can make it pink. What I do, for those that don't know, I message my wife. I say, like, Arctis pink. So now I know. No, Rice Fet. It was nice to see you, man. I know you don't watch streams, so I do appreciate you dropping in and becoming a member. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Samurai, nice to see you. The thing is, right, it's not really an event, is it? So what have we got? So we've got the Profit Summon event, but you're not getting an awful lot. From my account's point of view, where I spend too much money, I'm not spending on this event, I can tell you that much. I might, do you know what I might end up being tempted to do? I might be tempted to go to the $30 tier because I'd love more sigil pages. Cores are nice. Cores are underrated. I've already gone to the 15 because I like the sign-in book and I'm going to probably do all the orbs anyway. So I'm kind of just thinking, should I just do it? Where are we? 814 orbs. Do you know what I mean? And profit orbs on a spender account, you get so many. So I'm thinking that we will do it. We're not going to do it on the mini or on the free-to-play. Koji, cores don't. Every 15 cores, as well as getting like whatever it is, 120,000 cot, you obviously get 250,000 stellar or whatever, and it gives you food. Now, obviously on this account, food isn't a problem. We've built up all the 10 stars. Our main issue, promo stones and magic dust. I've got no more deluxe resource chests available. I do, Samurai. I do, but I don't have a crazy one for campaign. Have I been an absolute moron? No, I have had it running. That's fine. It's not a good one for Star Expedition, basically. It's a cracked one for campaign. Or Campagni, as I like to call it. We have got something though today. This is the crackedness, right? Will, how you doing, man? We have got ourselves our Mareia. And so we've been doing little bits and bobs with Mareia, which is obviously fun. We all like that. Let me just turn my music down because it's loud. There you go. Yeah, all good, thank you, man. All good. I got my Mareia copy, which I was very happy about getting. It's a good copy. I potentially overpaid slightly, but nowhere near as much as... No, basically, I was fine with it. Bo Quinn, I listen, here's the thing. I don't know how new or old you are to the channel, right? I have never had an issue with promo stones or magic dust. Promo stones I've never had an issue with because I've always been a big believer in deluxe resource chests. But the issue is the other day, I decided to have a real summer clean out of the bag. And so look, I've got all the 10 stars in the world because I've made all of them. I wanted to try and complete the Pokedex as much as possible. So we've done Shadow. We've nearly done Fortress. We've completed Abyss. We completed Forest and we're nowhere near the other. So I kind of just went a little bit funny and done it. How expensive was it? 1k bag space, 835. Mareia, Randy, Mareia. Oh, sorry, Parasite. How expensive was it? I want to say 17. I don't want to lie. 18. I quick bought her because she went from display to buy now. And it was really like there's been very few copies cropped up that were 6k attack, giant killer defy, and then the C controlling unity offset as well. She wasn't particularly quick. It's a nice A- copy. So I looked at it and thought it's worth it. Did I overpay by a couple of thousand gems? Starry gems? Possibly. Am I going to regret it? No, because if she sucks, I'm not getting anywhere near that much back anyway. Mareia testing. We're going to do some bits with her. I don't... See, the thing is, right, I'm not a tester. It's not what I'm able to do. I don't know enough about the game to test. But what will be interesting is that we're going to see how she does in Void Campaign. We're going to set the team up. We'll try her in Void Campaign. We'll do some Seal Land, because we should be able to do some Seal Land. I was hard stuck here before. Let's get her in there. And we can see how that goes. I don't even know whose core we want. I don't think it... Let's try it. Let's go whole hog. Oh, Finn, how you doing? I don't know if they did... Did they get rid of her bugs then? Because that's interesting, because I've got all the treasures that I can activate. Mate, she just... Yeah, do you know what? I was doing some PvP yesterday. And the thing is, sometimes when I do PvP, whether it's with Basilisk or Williams... perfect. Wukong will like out damage and all that kind of stuff. We don't just base off damage, but Mareia was putting in some bloody numbers yesterday. I tell you that much. So yeah, super fun hero. Yeah, Sam. Hey Connor, how you doing, man? But I think, yeah, Will, surely Will knows. Will, let us know about the treasures. Finn. No, sorry, Samurai. Yeah, so I haven't activated my treasure because apparently Renville was saying that it is the pink treasure that's causing the problems. And so I have the treasures to 2-star, but I haven't activated them yet. So, yeah. Oh, she died. Right, what happened there? I wasn't watching. So, Will, are we suggesting that I don't activate... it's because I've got Balance Strike on her. Oh, it doesn't matter, because she's a stud. Are we suggesting that I don't activate the pink treasure? We'll look at the treasures in a second. Because if it's just the pink treasure, I can activate the rest. Also, I'm happy that we've got some absolute Giga Chads in the chat tonight. Because I have some purple infusion stones that I want to use. I've never dealt with them before, really. Nah, so she needs to have Unbending Will, or it's just going to be an RNG fest, which I ain't interested in. While we're here, let's check out the treasure. Let's check it out. So it's got to be the stupidest system in the world. Right, okay. So we're saying this isn't nice because it's adding more freeze chance and we don't want to use it against... Yeah, and so that's bad against Valkyries. Yeah, okay. Understood. We'll just do the rest of the treasures. I don't mind doing that. It is bizarre, right? Because... Hold on. That... No. I can't click. That is the pink treasure, isn't it? I'm just being stupid. Yes, that's the pink treasure. Okay. Yes. Perfect. Cool. 50-50. Yeah. Oh, Will as well, or whoever else. Are we thinking she's a no crit hero or she's a crit hero? Because I don't get why. Because part of her damage is obviously capped, but the rest of it's not. So I feel like we want her to crit. Yeah, I know, Samurai. I know. But no, I can select all and then just deselect the pink treasure. So when I do a next treasure series, I can do that. I presume. Because I presume she's a crit hero. So many recently have just been non-crit or it doesn't really matter to them. Whereas I feel like she wants crit. I mean, it doesn't matter. We haven't got loads of play anyway because I've got literally no dust. But I did run some. So I have got a crit damage. Stone. But I didn't know what was best for her. Randy's not evil. Randy's... Yeah. So... But would we be saying... See, bear in mind I've got an 800 skill damage stone. Sigil. Crit damage. Crit attack is probably best for her. I'd have thunk. Because... that 120 skill damage isn't probably going to make the biggest difference to us. I wouldn't have thought. Yeah, it depends. I mean, listen, I've got... You guys know more than me, right? I find the balance strike thing really weird because obviously that's just an RNG fest. So bear in mind I'm going to do it live. I kind of feel like crit's the way to go. I kind of feel like it. What was that crit damage? 59%. That's rubbish, isn't it? Yeah, this is where I get confused at. So what we've got, holy damage, skill damage, crit. Well, we want crit damage as well. I don't even know what these ones are. No, right, let's change that. And we will put that to holy damage. Because I said I think it's less important. Yeah, exactly. So I'm just going to keep the crit high. In terms of a lineup for Mareia, we're going to go Melissa. I think I've already set everyone up. I think I've already been quite... Right, let's get the stuff off the people that aren't going to be in the team. So I don't get confused with artifacts because I was doing IDA in Guild Wars earlier. What did Tim say? Yeah, but Samurai, because I've got the red infusion stones, like, if I go on attack, I get loads of precision anyway. So just having it on one here is just going to cap it up. So, I mean, I've got, I don't know what is the cap? 130, and she's going to get more, so she's over-capped on precision anyway. But you can't get core shards, Parasite. Oh, you can? Oh, no, don't do that. That's, Matt, terrible, terrible, bro. The only reason you'd spend on this event, if you wanted to spend on this event, is because you wanted to get these chests, but to get the Grim materials. This is horrendous value for the Origin chests, because you only get 2.6 picks, right? To spend $80. Like, it's terrible value. Even the Destiny materials isn't great, but there's obviously, it's harder to get hold of them. But the fact that you can get the Grim materials is why you'd buy this. Like, I feel like if you were to buy this and pick cores out of these, I think you're a bit of a silly boy. Unless you're an absolute giga whale. Hey Memo, how you doing, man? So we've got Melissa. We want Melissa to go last. That's fine. 2338. Where's Natalie? 2268. Oh, perfect. So we're going to be running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Madeline 6. 2244. That's perfect. Yeah, okay, so we're all good. We're all Gucci, I think. We've got that. Let's get rid of that. Put that on you. Oh, it's going to change the speed now. That's why I done it, wasn't it, originally? What a donut. We could just go Evil Sonata on her. Let's keep the speed down. Yeah, I feel like that'll be fine. Maybe. Possibly. I really don't want to start messing around with houses. So we'll put Sonata on her to slow her down. 2135, she still should be slow enough. 2318. Where's Wukong? That is slower than Wukong. Yes, yeah, so we're still fine. Oh, 2179. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. And we're going crit attack. Round 1 active. Should we change up? What's my hammer roll on Melissa? Holy armor, which I've since found out from Will is useless in certain game modes now. Damage reduction armor. So to be fair, it's a pretty nice roll. I think it's a pretty nice roll. But let's face it, I'm not the expert. Right. We're going to try the Valkyrie Wave. I legit haven't tried it. And do you know why I didn't try it? Because I was like, what if I clear it? No one will believe me. And obviously we're not going to clear it. But I want to see like how it does. Do I want to put... Is there too much? Armor reduction. Yes, armor, damage reduction, holy armor. Yes, that's what I got. Yeah. Memo. Well, it's up to you, man. It's up to you. You could sell that and see how much you can get for it. It depends whether you're going to use it or not. I'm in the process of... I'm on Cthulhu King Barton waves. How did I not know that? Why did I not know that, more importantly? I didn't put the... What an idiot. What an idiot. I could always, to be fair, 2194. That's perfect. That's still fine. That's still fine. Yeah, everyone's good. Everyone's Gucci. Could I tell you my opinion about a Williams team with Oscar in it? Listen, if you speak to, say, Will or Rake or anything, they're all fans of Oscar. I'm in a bit of a weird spot with Oscar where I can certainly see why PvP he's amazing. And I can see why against certain waves he's amazing, like Valkyrie and stuff. But I'm also of the opinion, like, well, they cleared 13 before Oscar came around, so they obviously don't need him. But then you could say that about loads of heroes. Well, you know, we survived before Melissa came out and stuff like that. That's why Freya was really good. So yeah, I don't know. I presume you can use Oscar for anything. The idea is he puts the dazzle on, right? So therefore, for any hero, he's going to be great. And the good thing with Oscar and Williams, I suppose, is it's not the CC, the dazzle CC isn't stopping the enemies build up their energy. So it's not anti-synergistic. That's the word. We didn't even get to attack. Samurai, yeah, I would. It depends. It depends how much you can get for it, right? The thing is, you could sell it, see how much you get for it. Didn't work. It's okay. We're going to do it. You could see how much you could get for it and then see what the difference is. Because there might not even be like this huge difference from A+ to A-, depending obviously on how good or bad it is. If it's a rubbish A- with a terrible roll, it probably isn't significantly different than like an amazing A-. Though admittedly, I'd probably say a good A is like the same as an A- for some reason. She's dying. It's okay, we're gonna do it. We'll get it. Hey Galaxy, how are you, man? This is a brutal wave. I think I will leave it because I left Williams macroing this for about 5 hours and couldn't complete it. So we'll see, because we're not going to sit here for ages and do this. We'll just do the profit orbs. Like, I'm not going to sit here for an hour trying to complete this wave. I just wanted to get one good round off. It's so hot. This is just nasty. So, how you doing, man? Galaxy, did I see up last night? What did you say? I will. I put a slow because, to be fair, on this wave it doesn't matter. I wanted CC cleanse, but I've done that deliberately. And now thinking about it, I've got my SE brain on. Because to be fair, I can make her quicker. At least she took off the speed stone. She wasn't supposed to be slower than Maria or Queen. Oh, no, sorry, Galaxy. I didn't see it, dude. 2265. That's fine. She's going to go before Queen. And then before thingy. That's fine. Oh, nice, dude. Nice. You get yourself your A-tier Basilisk. Vulcan. That's what it's all about. Nah, do you know what, Will? I haven't. And it's one of those things, right? Because of the way I've done this account. But I can get Holmes Young. I can put Will of Winters on as well. I haven't got any Will of Winters on. I've got 2 Will of Winters. I could do Will of Winters. Oh, it's so slow. Yeah, because I've got obviously I've only got 8 Destiny heroes, but I've got Basilisk, Williams, Aspen, and Maria, and Sylvie. So I haven't. Is it 9 Destiny heroes? Because I wanted to have one for each game mode. So I could have had by now Holmes Young and others, but I don't. So yeah, Holmes Young is next on the list, and then it would be Queenie. He's just annoying. What did Arctis say? Randy, I think you're behind in the chat. Oh, no, you're not. Sorry. I just saw Arctis' message just before yours. Yeah. Yeah, he is a beast. I really like Holmes Young. But I kind of wanted to have a hero for each game mode. We'll do 2 more fights and then we'll quit. I wanted to have a hero for each game mode. So Void Campaign, PvP, and Star Expedition. Now, the issue with that, obviously, is that rather than an account that has 1, I've got 3 Destiny heroes, only one of which is going to be used at any one time. It doesn't bother me. But yeah, obviously Star Alchemist is going to be the next one. But we'll just have to see. And to be honest with you, because of the way the account is, Azul, nah, because I want to see her do a round 2 active. I mean, admittedly, this is probably the worst wave to try it on, because I want her to inflict stain. But maybe I should just put lingering on and see what she can do, because she's not surviving. But this is why, do you know what? It's so weird. I can't remember who I was talking to on Discord the other day. I said this is the weirdest player base in the world, right? For people that spend so much time and money on the game, we then auto clear all of the progress and not watch it, which is why I'm against macroing as a habit. But at the same time, it's like, sometimes you've got to do what you've got to do. Right, let's put that on there. I don't think the Will of Winter is going to make a massive difference, is it? I could change... Yeah. Let's leave it as it is. Yeah, but I don't have TBB. So, again, I don't have TBB. I can build TBB. I don't have TBB. And I could definitely build TBB because I have the cot and I have the Stellar-ish. But Olivia has taken up 11 million of my cot. So, once Star Expedition's over and I've regressed Olivia, I'll have a lot more play. It's another reason I'm a bit disappointed that we don't have Mysterious Sales, because I'd love to have gotten more cot and more Stellar. Nah. Hey Deuce, how you doing, man? We'll try one more. This is the final one, and then we'll do some profit orbs. Yes, Galaxy, we are trying. But this is just a stupid wave to try it against, really. I don't... It's funny, because everyone talks about Valkyries. Absolutely rightly so. I mean, she took a chunk. Like, she's doing a big chunk of damage, but it's nowhere near enough. You're around it, it's trying to get your wallet out, isn't it? So, like, she can pop, right? Compare that, obviously, listen. A- tier, Spectre, it's only level 9. But she does do a big chunk of damage. Try one more time. I just want to see. I want to get to it. She hasn't got 2 attacks off. But I don't suppose that's really her fault. I mean, this is the problem I was having with Williams, right? Is that he just couldn't survive round 2. So, and even if he nuked round 1, it wasn't really enough. Yeah. We'll try one more time. I know I've said that. We're going to try one more time. And then we'll go to do some Seal Land. Nah, Galaxy. Well, listen, she could be, but I don't know. The reason I don't see her being a support hero is because... The reason I don't see her being a support hero is that her CC extension is nice, but you're using a hero slot for that. Like, when you look at her kit, she's not like someone like Madeline, right? Or something like that, where you can see other parts to her and why they're useful. With Maria, I feel like damage is the thing. Yeah. For Void Vortex. Yeah, but then you wouldn't build a hero just for Void Vortex other than Betty, for instance, right? Like, you're not going to build another trans hero, I don't think, because you don't need to. Now, that might change if and when we see the new expansion come out and then potentially maybe you need to have a different hero. But Maria is not necessary, and so if she's not necessary, well, you're not going to build her. Sandy, how you doing? But like, you don't need, so for instance, right? Why are they ripping me to shreds? Do I need to put a front line or something? I would say that, let's go there. You go there. Yeah, I just don't think that that's where she's going to, like, Wukong does enough. Like, if you don't need her, then you'll just suggest, you know, we can't recommend building a trans hero when you don't need them. Betty's essential for it. Like, I don't think you can complete Void Vortex without Betty, right? I mean, the RNG with Wukong would just be absolutely insane. Well, so it's supposed to be this month. They announced it for this month. I was assuming, because we hadn't seen it yet, that it was coming out today. It hasn't. What they tend to do is bring out those kind of things midweek. They don't tend to do it on an event. So perhaps during the week we'll see it. I don't know. It'll be interesting. Yeah. I'm really interested to see. I'm gonna waste some gems. What she can do in Void campaign. I said maybe I just need to get. Maybe I'm just being a baby and I need to get Alchemist, Star Alchemist. And to be fair, it makes sense anyway. Like, I'm going to need to build up Holmes Young. I've already got Holmes Young. Do I? I don't think I do. I'll need to build her up anyway. There you go. She does do, like, she does do a lot of damage. It's whether obviously it's enough. Imagine a planet with only passive damage heroes, no matter how much you reroll. Well, do you know what? Do you know why I don't think they'd do that? Is because I think that the power level you'd have to achieve to beat something stronger than Void Strider would be almost unachievable. Because the health pools and the damage pools are so insane that I just don't think that it would be possible without locking them down with CC. So really what they'd have to do is actually make the heroes and the waves weaker than Void Strider, but just make them, as you said, put a Queen or a Gaggy in every wave. But you literally, I don't know, maybe one of the bigger guys here could tell me, is it even possible to withstand that with a massive account? Do you know what I mean? If you wanted to, I just don't think it is. Like, we're not going to win this one, that's fine. But yeah, maybe I got that wrong, but I don't think so. Right, let's do some Prophet Orbs. Everyone loves Prophet Orbs. This used to be big news back in the day. Because we're not buying anything really, but we are going to probably do this tier, the $15 tier, because I need more sigils. What's Soul saying? Oh, sorry, Soul, I didn't see. Nice. Asmo and Finn. The GOAT combo. Yes, we've got the cot. We've got the Stell out once we regress Olivia. We got too much cot. But I had to regress Williams, so that's why. Yeah, because we're only on 9 Transcendence heroes. 8 Destiny heroes. But we've also got the core of Williams. So we're a bit, yeah. Yeah, I just wouldn't bother. I just think, why would you, if it's not broke, don't fix it. But, I mean, Void Vortex is broken because it's stupid. It's a stupid game mode that they should have fixed the issues a long time ago. And I feel like now they can't really fix it. Like, how would they possibly fix it, you know? So Will, what we're doing this. And it's going to be purely subjective. I don't care. And we are also going to do a country one. I didn't set the country one up. I think I'll probably just use Tier List Maker for that. Funny enough, with Tier List Maker, do you know what's really frustrating? I tried to buy a subscription to them because I was using it. And so I was like, well, if I'm using it, I want to pay them for their time and effort in creating this. Oh my God. Wouldn't let me do. So I've now started making my own tier list templates because I'm not. I can't be bothered to deal with them. Horrendous company to deal with. Yeah. Hey Vego, how you doing, man? Oh, listen, I won't consult with Svet or Paco on anything. Svet, I'm more likely to liaise with. Paco, absolutely not. I love the little man, but I think he's crazy. I think he's crazy. So we've got 640 to do. There's 4 of these. 80. 4 pools in each. 160 times 4. 400, 640. There you go. I'm fully zoomed in. Vega, it's trans heroes only. Trans heroes only. Galaxy, she was at 17 or 18k. Someone, yeah, 18k. 18k. Right. Let's see how we get. Let's see how we do. It's a weak start, but it just means we can only do better. 4, 5, no more. 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll take that. 3. Bad. Last one. That's terrible. This would have been big news back in the day. Yeah, mate, this, as I said, orbs are just so easy to get. I still struggle with scrolls and wishing coins. I just never have. But profit orbs all the time. I do one a month and still have 640 every single month. Oh, bloody hell. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got a 9 pull. I think we had an 11 last time. I think we got an 11, which is crazy. And then you get shit like that. It's just like, cheers, mate. That's not very good either. Right, one more. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 pull. That's a bit nutty, isn't it? That is 12, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 from 40. That's banging. Right. Just 20 days, Vago. That's it. Oh, did I not switch it? Sorry, guys. I forgot to switch it back. 2. I've set up a different template for the tier list so that you don't see the periphery of the screen. Obviously, we're not doing the tier list right this second. That fortress let us down. This better not let us down. Nice. 5. 6. 2 more to go. Ugh. Let's do a light and dark 40. Don't ever do this. That's why we never do this. I didn't get a single one. I done a 10 pull last month or the month before and got 3 in a 10 pull. I just got none in a 40. But on the plus side, we got all the bits that we wanted to get. That's all done. Perfect. Fantasy Factory. Oh. Super tempted to get these. super tempted to get these because I want the sigils. And I feel like 20 pages for 2,500 starry gems is good, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. So that's 20. Well, it's $20. Well, I don't know why I'm trying to calculate it. So, yeah, if you work off of their mathematics, which we're not going to, it's about right. Oh, a new code. Yes, Sandy. Holy. What is that code? Orly. What's that code mean? German for everyone waits. Yeah, W, Sandy. What does that mean, though? I know what everyone waits means. But why is that a thing? And we get lollipops. I'm tempted because I know it doesn't look like I have an awful lot of stuff, which is true. I am selling this, so I will have stuff. I also kind of really want to get that. Right. I mean, I don't need to get this now, per se. I feel like maybe I should get this now. How many sigil pages do we have? 5? 118. So we're going to need 100 awakens for the event next week. And then we don't need any. Do I not have any in the bag? I've only got 12 in the bag. Oh no. I know I'm definitely going to get more. Is Cinder here? Hey Cinder, how you doing, man? It's a pun for waiting for good events. Arctis, 100%. But do you know what? They still get me every time. Let's get 15 of these out. Let's get 15 of these out. So we've got 20 to pull. And we'll do Star Exp. Okay, let's get another 10 out. I swear I've done 15. Yeah. We'll see if we can pull high super duper insane mega luck from 20. Because we don't ever need to do another Void campaign. So we want to get ourselves a good Star Expedition. And then we can move on to other things. Let's do 20. Oh yeah, but I can get sigil pages, no problem. I can get sigil pages, no problem. We're doing one at a time. That sucked. It's kind of ruining the surprise because it's telling me there that they sucked. Control unity offset, nah. Yeah, but you'll work next time, Galaxy. Block. And that was waste. It was a waste of 20. It's fine. We're not going to sweat it. I will end up inevitably purchasing. Oh. I want the lollies. I want the lollipops. Let's do 5 of each. So we can do the lollies, eh? And then we need to do 3 of each light and dark, don't we? Three. I can't even have more of a clear out of the bag. There we go. Right. You're going to be up there. Oh, is he a Russian? Is he? Well, we'll see later what I managed to hit. because we're doing Star Expedition later on. I'll need to switch back over. Why do we only have 24? I normally have because it's normally tied to an event. It's such a shame because I love doing Fantasy Factory, but everyone else hates it and no one else likes watching me do it either. I just get moaned at. Why are you doing that? But I like doing it. Doesn't mean I'm good at it. I just enjoy it. No, wrong way around. There you go. I haven't done this. I feel like I haven't done this in ages. I obviously have done this in ages. There you go. I can't remember. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. That leaves them spare, but that will leave that one. So I don't want to do that. Go there. No. It's given us the good one. Bastard. We're going to skip. I can't do it while I'm on stream. Skip, how you doing, dude? Not bad, man. I watched your PvP. Do you know what? I was going to comment on your tier list video, and I thought no, because certain people might not realise I'm joking. I can't believe that you put Lord Gaggy in the bottom tier. I don't know, because I don't play PvP a lot. And I've never used Gaggy in it. But I'd have thought Gaggy would have been a stud in PvP. What's Cinder saying that's bullying? What's he saying? Oh, you're bullying Skit? No, don't do that. You bastard. I love Gaggy. I think... Is Gaggy a girl? You called her she. I thought it was a dude. That's a boy. It's not a girl. Is it? Mason, my guy. Realistically, 5 weeks, 6 weeks. Yeah, but Mason, that's spending. Like, if you spend money, you can get it day one. You can have 2 Transcendence Heroes later. It's not free to play. 5 to 6 weeks, you can get yourself a V4 hero. For sure, for sure. I mean, I am certain. Maybe not next week. Maybe. I could have one next week on the free-to-play account when it's just over 4 weeks old. Yeah, no, I think you're full of shit, Skip. I think that Gaggy's a boy. He looks like a boy. He's a boy, unless they're really creepy, which, to be fair, they may be creepy. Bear in mind he has his top off. I'm going to suggest that it's a boy. It doesn't matter. And if that's the only thing I picked up from the video, it is what it is. So, we've done the Prophet Orbs. What else did we... Oh, I've got Aspen. Should we see what Maria's like in Aspen? Is she going to be good? Is she going to be bad? Time will tell. Probably one... She's not going to be quick enough anyway, is she? We'll do that. She's got one of each. That's cool. Wukong, what are you rocking? Get out of here with that. Wait, what was Maria? Why is she wearing the Phoenix cloak? Energy artifact doesn't make any difference, does it? Just give her Breath of Forest. That's fine. And then where's our Sylvie? She was a bit of a stud last week. Natalie. Let's give Natalie. She hasn't got anything. Could do Phoenix Cloak. We'll do Phoenix Cloak. And Aspen. Scissors. You can have that. You can have that. We'll see how far we can get. Yay, there you go. Nice, dude. Yeah, do you know what? I've filmed the video. I filmed the video for episode 5 because I've got a new. I'm trying to think what words are. Why can't I think of what words are? A new schedule. And part of that is that I'm filming the free-to-play account series on a Thursday. It's a disgusting wave. And I not only cleared stage 2, I got significantly further. And I can't believe it. Like, it was so weird. Pushing past stage 1 was a pain. The second I was strong enough to push stage 1, flew through it. Absolutely flew through it. No, do you know what? Azul, we haven't tested Mareia in Star Expedition. But, I mean, my Basilisk last time round was clearing normal mode 110 on his own. So I feel like I could try it and see what she's like. See if she does it. Because no doubt, our main man, Lucky, right? He said to me, he messaged me, he said he's going out tonight, so he's not going to appear on stream. And he said, can I message you when I've done my fights so he can do his fights? And he's a little bastard for that, because what he knows is that if I do the first fight, I have to take over like the 50% health that the enemy's got. And then he knows that I'm going to clear the boss. So he's going to end up on a fresh boss to attack. So I think that's what he's doing deliberately, personally. But I will try Mareia out in the first fight to see how she does. I don't see why she wouldn't do well. When I look at her kit, the damage looks nice. And she has the flash stain, which reduces all damage dealt as well, which is nice. And it's a special boss one, isn't it? Stained flash. So I feel like there is some wiggle room there. I mean, once you get an E5 hero, is it that easy then to get a trans hero? Yeah, because a trans hero, you just need 5 million cop. I think the issue that people come across is that they listen to stuff like just pick Stella, right? And so you end up with 20 million Stella and 3 million cop. And so you can't build a trans hero. You should aim for 5 and 5 at the very beginning and then start working your way up the Stella kind of situation. What's been interesting, what's been really eye-opening is playing the free-to-play account, Beast. How quick it is to progress. And the fact is, I'm going to be stuck with nothing to do, like content-wise, after 6 weeks total. So I'm 4 weeks through-ish. In another 2 weeks' time, when I get Wukong, I'm going to clear Aspen to Purgatory. I'm going to clear Tower. I'm going to have cleared... All of the stuff that you need to clear is going to be cleared. She's going to kill me. I should have done Natalie. Oh, okay, got it. So, yeah, it's a weird one. So there's no need to rush, I suppose. But the second you get Wukong, everything becomes infinitely easier. I mean, do you know what I think's irrelevant now? Is that we still see people recommending, including me, Waldeck. And you still see people recommending Tix. It's just not needed. It's just so not needed. Because it's so quick to get Wukong. But then it's difficult because, like, starting players or brand new players obviously can't play as efficiently. And so what I get done in 3 weeks, they might do in 6 weeks. And that's fine. So maybe they will get more mileage out of Waldeck and Tix. Like, there is no point in me building a Tix. I love Tix. But there's just no need. Yeah, so Vago, when you get your first E5 hero, you unlock the Void, which you'll see in my episode, not this Sunday, but week on Sunday. And what that means is that you can use all your cores of Transcendence. When you do that, you'll probably have 120 to 150 cores. You will end up with... I can't think of what that is again. I'd done this last week. 1.25 million COP just from opening the cores. And then you will be able to pick about 10 Transcending Spheres, which is another 2.5 million. So, providing you're picking Stellar and COP from stuff, you're going to end up with loads. And as a free-to-play player, your bottleneck is never going to be Stellar and COD. Your bottleneck will always be subs and cores and Destiny material. It's never going to be food. It's never going to be Stellar and COD. And artifacts will be a problem for you. But we have it so ingrained in us that what you should do is just pick Stellar and COD. That, yeah, people end up losing out on other stuff. Samurai. Yeah, what Skid just said. I mean, I would say you should build Betty because you want to clear Void Vortex, right? And as soon as you've cleared Void Vortex, you get rid of Betty, you build up Queen. And once you build up Queen, you can then decide what hero you want to build as your main damage dealer. Rake, how you doing, dude? But it just depends. It just depends. Food to getting Grim is a slight issue. Do you know, honestly, do you know what you should look at? Last week, we checked out Trushka's account. And Trushka is a free-to-play player who just got to level 130. I was staggered by how much food he'd managed to accumulate. So now I've got my goal. That's what I want to get to. Because he showed me what's possible, that side of it. But then he was light, and he was also very heavy on COD and Stellar. He was light on artifacts. So, yeah. Oh, Ben, I didn't see you. Oh, when you spend, your only bottleneck is your bank balance. Rake, the Giga Chad whale says that power creep is too slow. When are you expecting, Rake, to see the new book of Grim? Because I've got to be honest with you, I'm not miles away from clearing book 2. So you guys must have cleared and finished book 2 ages ago, right? So I would have thought that certainly between now and anniversary, if not anniversaries, when we get the new book, I'd have thought. Also, yeah. Also, out of interest, what do all of you guys think about the fact that Grim materials are being put in the Origin chests and the DT chests? I find it interesting, to be honest. Yeah, well, it's easier now. The thing is, I am trying to lead by example by not spending on this profit orb event because I think they're baiting us, 100% baiting us. And next month in the run-up to anniversary, it's going to become standard. If it becomes standard, I don't know. It feels dirty because it's such a game-changing part of the game, right? And I always felt like when they made it difficult to get, even if you wanted to whale out, there was still a limit to what you could grab from it. She sucks. She sucks. Whereas now, they're making it... I don't know. I personally don't like it. I don't like the fact it's so easy. Yeah. Azul, you're the problem. Azul, you're the problem. I've done the profit orbs, Rake. I'm just not spending $130. I've been spending too much money at SG Hub. But oh yeah, but Vago, they do this. They do this before. What they tend to do, and listen, ultimately, right? If we fall for the trap, it's our own fault. Before every major event, and that will be anniversary, that will be Christmas/New Year, and that will be Chinese New Year. They do big events, and they do that because they want you to spend money, to tempt you to spend money. Because what they don't want people to do is turn around and be like, "I'm gonna save for the big event coming up." So they make stuff very, for people like me who are very twitchy fingered, we're like, "Oh, we've got to do it," knowing that it's bait, and we still fall for it every time. I'm not falling for this event, all right? I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna do it. Mason, it's definitely not. I mean, listen, stuff like SG Hub, or if you go to the IV servers, you can buy it. I am certain, right, if you fell out with DH Games, why you would fall out with DH Games, I don't know, that they could ban you for it. But it's like terms and services that they don't ever inflict. Bear in mind, it would be very straightforward for them to find out who's been buying SG, Because why would accounts suddenly be getting 20k SG every now and then? Like, it's obvious. They don't care. I really don't. The only thing I'd say be careful of is scams, which is why you should always go through someone that's reputable. Same as like buying accounts. People that buy accounts off of Facebook are absolute donuts, in my opinion. Why you'd do that, I don't know. Always use a middleman, even if you're paying more. No, Mason, that's just not true. It's just not true. You asked your guild members about SG Hub and they told you you might as well donate your money. Yeah, it's not true. So, Rake, our man Rake, owns it, runs it, and it is not worth it for him. Do you know what? I don't even know, Rake. I'm interested. If someone turned around and said you scammed them, messaged you, oh, I'm going to go out and say you scammed me. It's like when celebrities get like extorted for money. And a lot of the times the celebrities just pay the money because it's not worth the bad press if it goes out. If Rake or whoever else it was there, one of the people that trade it, was to scam one person and you could be proved that they scammed it, it loses all goodwill. So that it's just not worth it whatsoever. So you have no problem using places like SG Hub. I'd even suggest, and Will know more than me, like the IV servers. That wave was stinky. Again, they're not going to risk putting their reputation on the line for your $50. Like, it's just not how it happens. Yeah, which is why you should always use a proper reseller rather than just someone that contacts you on Discord, you know? Yeah, Rake. Bet if they checked and noticed they'd need to ban their top 1,000 players. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. But it's interesting. Maybe this is their way of stopping it a little bit. Because, like I've said before, once you build up, like you only buy the relay to get the resources. You don't buy it for the Prism Starry Gems, right? So the fact that they've started putting in Grim Mats at the $80 and the $130 tier makes me think that's maybe a way of stopping it, because you can't buy Grim materials. So, and there's only so much you can get from 7,500 contract Starry Gems at an event. Yeah. Azul, Azul, you're VIP 10 pre-level 130. My man, what are you doing? If you're an Android, I'd love to check your account out. That's so funny. Smithy, you spent 80 orbs this event. Is that okay? I wouldn't. I'm really tempted on my free-to-play account to do it so that I don't get stuck in the growth plan later on. But I think because I'm trying to set a good example, I don't think I'm going to do it. It's normally not worth spending 80. Like, I don't know what your reason necessarily for it was, but yeah. Yeah, Azul, but Jordan, how you doing, dude? But Azul, what? Do you know what's interesting, right? No, Smithy, listen to me right here, right now. If that's your reason for spending 80 profit orbs is to get some relics, don't do it. Or don't do it again. Like, that's not the same. Yeah, Will, 100%. But the thing is, right? I said that in my event preview. You can't compare this event to a Mysterious Sales event. But that's what makes it, if anything, a little bit more scummy. Because how many people buy the $130 relay without Mysterious Sales? But the fact they put Grimmar material in there, some people would argue, if last week's one didn't have Grim material in the 130, in the Destiny transition material boxes and stuff, that you'd rather buy this one than last week's one. I would suggest that because they've done events now, 2 events where you can get it within a Mysterious Sales event, that's what you want to do. And that this week is a Giga Whale event. But I still think it's bait. Absolute bait. But Smithy, here's the thing. What account level are you? Because I'd suggest... How did she win that? I swear we'd lost that fight. What are you trying to get to is what I'd suggest. Like, because if you're like account 120... Oh, no, you're 129. Okay, so you're... Okay, maybe. I was about to say, people like rush when they're level 110 and stuff like that, not realising they're 2 months away from level 130. And it just doesn't help. Go on, Natalie. You can do this. Her Phoenix cloak is putting in absolute work. Yeah, but Vago, you have no reason to spend 120 profit orbs. There's no reason for you to spend 120 profit orbs. Wait. Next month, I imagine, is going to be good events in the lead up to anniversary. So hold fire, see what comes up next month, and hopefully the profit orb event next month will enable you to spend them in a proper event. Oh, but Ben, I don't know if I agree with you. It is bait. But I think if you look at... I did work it out. What is it? Was it 7.8 and 3.25? I think it's 11 Grim picks. I don't know how many Grim picks you normally get for spending $130 on the relay and 7,500 contract Starry Gems. But you've got to bear in mind that you don't have to spend the 7,500 contract Starry Gems because you're not doing event currency. So, dollar to dollar, it's good if Grimoire material is all you're after. I just think it's scummy because you would rather use it during Mysterious Hours. I don't think it's bad value, but it depends if they've now shifted what the value is if it becomes a regular part of Mysterious Hours. If it doesn't, if they just do this once every 2 months, put it as part of Mysterious Hours, then go crazy. But I have a feeling they're going to make it quite standard to try and tempt out mid-spenders to become big spenders, I presume, on the regular. But then it's like anything, right? It will diminish the value of Grim material if you can just pick it up every event. Yeah. Mason, if you... I don't know why you can't find it. Will, what do you mean you did it because you need soul symbols? What do you need soul symbols for? Or is this on the Allocator account? Look at Sylvie being a beast, by the way. Who are we betting on Hero Treasures next week? Jordan, have a good day, man. Thank you so much for dropping in. I appreciate you, man. I don't think... Who would it be? Well, whose don't we have? So we don't have lots of them, right? We haven't got Mockmans or Vulcans yet. We don't have Williams yet, do we? So I'm presuming it's going to be a big boy and then a support to back it up. Nah, Vulcan hasn't yet. Yeah, well, do you know what's interesting, Will? Someone the other day said that about how expensive it is to get rid of the infusion stones. And I was thinking, why don't you just regress your heroes? I know it's a pain. But for 10 soul symbols, it's cheaper than however much they sell them scrolls for. Yeah, I was going to say, Ben, I've got loads on this account, but then I don't have loads on my mini account. I've still got Gaggy, who, for some reason, Skit decided was bottoms here. You have an LFA ready for VC tomorrow. Nice. Yeah, I oh, fucker. So close. Oh, God. We finished just short again. We just keep on finishing short. Not a single gold wishing coin purchase available. Not a single one. Not a single one. Craziness. Gaggy propaganda is very real, alright? I love Gaggy. I think Gaggy is amazing. Personally. But I get why I'm possibly one of the only people that thinks that. Gaggy's not Arctis, don't... Terrible. Gaggy's a beast. Just because y'all don't know. Yeah, but they're different heroes. I also like Arania. Just because you like one more than the other doesn't mean you can't like all of them. Arania, I understood who you meant. I understood who you meant. Should we check out my Alakita account? Right, Vago. That's a completely different situation, young man. And you know that. Oh, people have been clearing. So this is the Alakita account. This account needs soul symbols. So we are going to do some profit orbs here as well, because we do need some soul symbols. We've got none. Do you know what I did the other day? Do you know what I did last week, right? I had to waste 500 heroic summon scrolls because I transcended this Natalie copy rather than the one I'd built up. And I didn't want to have to do, there's a reason, so I didn't have to do the stone. Yeah, so basically I couldn't, yeah. So I had to do 500 scrolls to get another 5 so I could get Natalie back. But yeah, we got there. So we are going to do, should we just do 80? So no, we'll have to do 160 so that I can get the soul symbols. We'll do 20 in each, see if we get lucky. No, we need to do 160. I could have just done 40 in each, couldn't I? Williams copy, nice. Bullrog, Tanner, nice. 3 out of 10, stonks. Do 40. 40 pull. 1, 2. That's very good. 40 pull. That's a good pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can't remember how many we've done. That's bad. Not a single one. How many soul symbols did we get? 10? Show me the money. Come on. Yeah, 10. So we're going to keep Lord Gags right now because he's still going to be semi-useful to us. But we really, as soon as we've managed to sell our Williams, we are actually going to send some SG over to this site so that we can buy ourselves an A or A- Alakita. That's a bad copy, man. Yeah, it's rubbish copy. I wouldn't spend money on that. Because, yeah, we want to see how far we can push with Alakita. But it's a rough fight. Is there any good Vulcans? Should we check? I've got up for 16.5k, 18k quick buy. Why, Vago? Are you interested? IEA and no Star Alchemist. Yeah, but it's a D3 hero, Ben, and this is now a free-to-play account, ish. No, wrong one. Nah, I ain't loaning nothing to no one. Oh, that poor guy. Is that the one you'd want? I feel like that's a good... It's too quick, though. But it's a shame this is an A-, but this is also... Oh, that's a nice copy. Yeah. There you go, nice, yeah. I think this is a good copy, isn't it? Oh, is it? I like this one. It's slow, high attack, high... And so, learning from Renville the other day, this would also have a high soul power cap. What, even at 15.5k, it's too expensive, do you reckon, Samurai? Listen, for all intents and purposes, this is an A tier. Like, the stats-wise, this is an A tier. Like, you can't compare this and say they're the same. So I feel like this poor copy must be so close to the border. Vulcan still has constantly on crack. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's a shame as well, because 3.5 hours doesn't give you enough time, does it? But listen, there'll be other copies, dude. There'll be other copies. And there's always a better copy that's going to come along for a better price. Oh yeah, Will, do you mind actually? That'd be great. I'd be interested to know. I feel like that's got to be so close to the cap. I reckon that's... I don't know how you're going to determine it. If we're saying that that is 5,400, I reckon this is only a couple of hundred away from being at the cap, right? You're messing with me. Oh, are you Leeds? Yeah, Boquin, do you know what though? Oh, okay. Oh, Mason, White Monster, Elite tier. That's another thing we're going to make a tier list on, is drinks. Boquin, I've always assumed that. Yeah, it was Skit. Yes, it is Randy. Yep, 200 points for B. Boquin, I've always assumed that after a Soul Awakening Gala, that the prices should theoretically drop, and that you should see a great deal of improvement in hero copies. And I don't know why. I just never see it. Like I have looked at the only thing that I've seen determine prices of copies has been immediately after Star Expedition, where Aspen's prices absolutely plummet. Boke usually takes a couple of weeks. Is that, do you reckon, just because people are thinking to themselves, well, the prices are going to be down at the moment because there's loads, so let's wait? Because yeah, I've never noticed it, but then I'm not a big auction house person. I really can't be bothered. Smithy, stop it. Oh yes, it's really high. So that's basically nearly at the cap of an A tier. Ben, this is going to be a gala. This is the one that we all want. This is the one where we can open it and we get the B stone. Everyone gets a B stone. Everyone's get happy if you do 200 points. Skit, there is. Do you want me to send it to you? I will forward it to you from Renville. Because Renville sent it to me because he's an absolute giga chad. Where is he? And I'll forward it on to you, my man, because I was going to make a video on this. The issue with me making a video on this is I don't know enough about it to make a full video. But I will send it to you so that you have it. It's actually, to be fair, it's actually very... Why can't I find you, Skip? It's weird. It's not letting me... Maybe it's because we haven't DM'd. I'll put it in the waffle chat on the Discord. It's now on the waffle chat in the Discord, so feel free to save. Is Rake still here? I don't know. I think Rake lurks until his name gets called out, and then he just throws something in the comments about me liking potatoes. But yeah, I'm not sure. Arctis, don't you dare. Stuff it. You're winding me up. Yeah. Hey man, how are you? Yeah, are you the OG who has been around forever and ever and ever and ever? Smithy, I hope you haven't spent 80 orbs. Well, we're going to look at your account on Monday on stream. If you have spent 80 orbs, I'm going to give you a hand slap. I will pin it afterwards. I will pin it afterwards. There is an additional fee, Cinder. I think it's an extra $1 per 2,500 SG. I might completely have lied there, but certainly one of the payment structures was that. Smithy, stop it, because you're going to wind up my non-twitchiness in a second. You shouldn't use event resources outside of events when there isn't event currency to get, because it means next time you want to do a max event, i.e. say 3,750 contract starry gems, then you won't be able to do it. Samurai, I doubt it. I doubt it. Normally the sigil event is tied on to another event. So I think last time it was like a wishing coin event, right? I'd be amazed if they done it alongside Card Clash. I don't know why they would do that. What they will probably do, because they're bastards, is they're probably going to release it next month before anniversary, tie it into a good event, so more people want to spend. Possibly. So we'll have to see how that works. Have I done oh no, I literally haven't done Fantasy Arcade on this account. Do I have? I don't have any Free Awakens. Right, let's jump very quickly. Should we go do Star Expedition? We shall do some Star Expedition and see how far we can get with Malia. We'll see if she can do anything. I presume she can do stuff. Let's just change out straight up Aspen for Maria. See if we can get it to work. I've got Melissa and Madeline. Should be okay. Keep everything else the same. Oh, what's she carrying actually? She's carrying that, that's fine. 2 scissors, 2 mirrors, and a sonata. Yes, fine. I can't wait to get Lucky Cat, bro. Lucky Cat. It's going to be bussin'. Ben, I got one. I got it, and it's a good copy. Controlling the offset giant killer defier. It's a nice copy. So we're going to try her out in Star Expedition. We're 98th. Lucky's cheating. He gets me to do this fight here. Oh, to be fair, it's 95%. Oh, do I want to... I don't know if I want to do it and risk doing terribly. Let's do it. Let's do it and see how it works. Let's see if Maria can do any kind of damage. Because Basilisk was one hitting them at like 105 to 110. I didn't even check where we are. Bear in mind, Lucky and Pavel haven't hit. We're probably not much further than we were last night. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Yeah, I'm interested to see if she can do any boss fight damage. I reckon she can, but obviously she's not going to be anywhere near Lothar. She's been silenced. Just nowhere near. Like, because she hasn't got that big pop. But then scissors have got to work as well. Oh, there you go. That was a nice one. Ah, don't know. That looked better. We're also getting really unlucky with that silenced. I've just thought of something. That's going to be very embarrassing if it's the case. I'm worried we haven't got any guild tech on mage. Like, literally 0. Which is certainly would explain why we're getting so heavily CC'd. Surely I haven't been that stupid. Surely I haven't been that stupid. Has she done? Oh, yeah, right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She's done E18, but which isn't bad. But it's not where I'd have wanted to have been. Let's check guild tech out. Shit. What an absolute scrub. Right, why have I not... Where's my guild coins? Right. So we weren't getting taunted or dazzled or shapeshifted. Silence and stun. Right, let's do that. How embarrassing. Twine, horrify, petrify. We'll do that, and then I'll worry about that another time. And then we're also going to put CC immunity on her. CC Purify. Oh, she already has it. That doesn't feel right. Oh, God, what a moron. Yeah, what an absolute idiot. Right. We're gonna try again. 57%. This might be really stupid because nah, with guild tech and that we're fine. That's why she. Oh, do you know what? That's why she was getting crushed in the Void campaign as well. I was wondering why is she so squishy compared to everyone else. Like that doesn't make sense. Well, the reason she was so squishy is because she had no guild tech. She didn't have the 30% or 25%, whatever it is. Okay. Well, I feel like a scrub, but that's fine. Yeah, Galaxy, don't worry about it too much, man. It's we're gonna have the second guild up and running because yeah, there's a couple of people, and to be fair, it can't be fun doing 1% boss damage. So we are switching it up, and there's been a couple of people that want to join the guild, which is fantastic. So it's going to be power based for sure. Everyone will still be part of the guild chat, but we're going to have 2 separate channels, one for guild 1, one for guild 2, just to coordinate. Nah. Oh, are you going to suggest I should be using Foxpet? I should be using Foxpet. To be honest, is that what you're going to say, Will? I don't have Nova. Wolf, yeah, not Fox. I don't know why I said that. I know what you meant, yeah. So we've got Queenie. In my head, oh, please say we win this. Shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we done nowhere near as much damage. Like, we done no it. So that was a terrible roll as well. Right, we're going to have to switch it back. That's fine. Right, we'll switch it to Wolf for our final. That's okay, so we just wasted 2 attacks. But it's in the name of science, to be fair. In the name of science. And like what Reiki Boy was complaining about, for good reasons, the Star Souls switcheroo, we've had to deliberately keep it under level so we can switch it between the 3 damaging heroes. Possibly, yeah. Well, I don't listen. What we'll do now, I've got her. I wasn't expecting to get her yesterday. I wasn't expecting that to happen. We will get some testing done. We'll set up a thing on the VC, and we'll test it out because I'm interested to know. But because it was interesting to compare her against what obviously Thingy was doing, Williams was doing, and now I've realised I didn't have even the guild tech done. What an idiot. We don't want crit with him on here, do we? Oh, it's not going to make any difference. I haven't got skill damage on him. I just, that's fine. Surely, because we've got foresight. We'll do that. That's fine. And then we'll change it to... Why do I keep on calling it... Oh, I don't have Wolf upgraded. I can fix that. I can fix that immediately. I don't think I've got... Have I got enough? Probably got enough. I've got loads. What was I worried about? I've got all the stuff in the world. One, two. Perfect. Not perfect. Yeah, Smithy, that's fine, bro. That's fine. I believe you. She did more damage than Williams. I didn't test, so it was more. I want to see if she can complete the Void campaign level that I was at. And to be honest with you, it's more. She feels like she's so much more consistent. Like when you look at her kit, she's obviously going to be more consistent than Williams. And so yeah, if Williams is still the undisputed king of it, fine. I just want to kind of see if she's viable. So it'd be great to see if she can beat KB and Cthulhu's. Morax is the best, man. Morax is an absolute stud muffin. And anyone that says different can go do one. I think it'd be so cool if they introduced trans versions of old heroes, but I just don't see them doing it. I don't know if they've come out officially and said they won't do it. Hey Kay, how you doing, man? Oof. Bang. 6. Yes, that's the same damage that Maria done on her first hit, but obviously he would have done more than that because that's round 5. So it's not that she done nothing, but it's obviously nowhere near. Right, how many do we want? We want to be left with 2. Right, so we'll do 2 more fights. That's all right, mate. Four, 5, 6. So E19. Nice. And we'll see if we get more of the islands done tomorrow. We still haven't done the islands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Done less. Sure. Wasn't a round 1 hit, surely. Oh, look who's top of the leaderboard. Look at that. It won't be for long. That's so bad, though. That was so bad. So bad. I messed up 3 fights effectively. But it's fine. Because there's been a couple of people that unfortunately haven't been partaking. Matt, but Parasite, you're here. This isn't you, is it? This isn't you. I can't think of who Matt is. Who's changed the name to Basilisk? Mittens. The issue is you guys all have different names on YouTube as you do on Idle Heroes. Who are you on here? Are you Fury? That's okay, Randy. That wasn't a dig at you. Don't worry. You're Basilisk with a heart, Kay. Okay, stop changing names. Connor. No. Whereabouts are you? Oh, you're not too far off. Oh, to be fair, your brother's smashing you. Jordan doing strong. Dan going strong. I don't know who Mittens is. Pac-Man, Mark, Jason, Sandy, Rubia. Rubia's a sleeper agent because his account's going to be nuts. Carabelle. Miss. So yeah, because I think, and Eric, do you know what's interesting? Eric, I haven't spoke to Eric because I don't want to message people and be like a knob about it. Because Eric maybe just burnt out a bit from the game because like Eric was the guy that pushed the guild up to level 30 the most. He hasn't taken part. I think X is struggling with work a little bit at the moment. So I think that's why Galaxy joined on the day of Star Expedition, so he can't do it. I don't know who Matty is, though. So I don't know who Matty is. But Carabelle and Miss is probably going to end up in Guild 2, which is fine. Who's Visionary Soul? Yeah. I do you know what, Connor? You're absolutely spot on. More things are going to be made of it next time. I wanted to get, because I looked at it and thought, oh, we've got some bigger hitters, but I think a couple of people obviously haven't taken part, which is disappointing. But real life comes first, obviously. Because that was day 3. This is day 4. Mark's away. Lucky, obviously, is going to do it later. SK normally does it late in the day. Randy. So SK, Lucky, and Pavel are big hitters. Eric, I don't think is doing it. Matty, I don't know who Matty is. Matty's not doing it. Mus will do it. I haven't done it on my alt account yet. My alt account's not missing anything. I've done the islands. I haven't done the boss hits. Oh yeah, sorry. What are we? 127. Oh, someone else has just taken a hit. Someone else has just taken a hit. So this is Soul. I don't know who Fury is. You done your attacks, Connor. Cool. Oh, there you are. Yeah. I don't know who Fury is. Obviously Jordan. But yes, yeah, so we're going to have a switch up between now and next. Because the thing is, right? Like, if people don't want to do it, they don't have to do it. They don't have to be part of the guild. Like, if you don't, because that's the whole point of Star Expedition, right? Is that you do it. But it doesn't bother me in the slightest. If someone said, "Oh, actually, I don't really want to do it," don't stress. It's not for everybody. I completely understand that. Promoted. You got it to 1%, Dusk. All right. Well, what we'll do, we'll get Paco to do his 5 attacks. He'll reduce that to 0.5%. Oh, is that horrible? Was that horrible and mean of me? Oh, what? I haven't. I've already fought today. I hadn't fought today. Yeah. See, it's funny, right? I reckon Paco We'll have much more fun. I was joking. But it's difficult, Kay, because when you're talking about a boss being at 100%, and say my account just gets it down to 0, it's not like an account that does 10 times less damage than my Aspen is a small account. And so you can still do good damage. But like I was doing E19s. So if you're doing E18, you're doing 10%. That doesn't mean your account's small. But it's just, yeah, it's a weird one. Let's see, let's smash this. By the way, who's been doing the flags? Because I haven't been doing the flags. Someone's been doing the flags for me. Oh. We had a couple of really good ones. And we had a couple of really bad ones. Ah, Souls just beat me out, but I beat Lucky. Nice one, Kay. Yeah, but Kay, so here's the thing, and this isn't a dig. What I'm about to say isn't a dig, right? If I'm doing E19 and you're doing E15, I'm doing 400% more damage than you. So if I'm doing 100%, you'd be doing 0.25%. There's nothing wrong with that. But for instance, like with Paco and yourself, you might prefer... Oh, to be fair, not you guys, because to be fair, you're high enough anyway. Yeah, I mean, Paco is 12th and you're 10th. No, that's the wrong one. But Star Expedition is such a... Yeah, it's just to hit the big numbers, isn't it? No, Arctis, you're not putting your ult in there. You're going to put your main one in our guild for next time. Are you part of a mega Giga Chad guild? But yeah, it's fine. But like I said, Ruby's sleep a bit. But like Liam's alt account. Liam can put his real account in. Yeah. But listen, it's fine. We're doing better than we did last time. And it would just be nice. That's the important thing, right? Yeah, so these guys have done 5 times as much damage as we have. Which is significant, right? Oh, nice, Andy. Give them the free loot. Should we do... Should we do the tier list? No, but you stay... Yeah, but you're 12th or 10th anyway. So you're fine, Kay. It's not a problem. I'm saying from your point of view, would you rather be in a big hitter in a guild or be in the middle of a guild? Doesn't bother me in the slightest. He did 4E19, I think. Yeah. Right. Let's talk about the tier list. We're kind of going to gauge what we're basing it off of. Okay. It's a hard one. I've done tier lists before. This is obviously a new tier list. And in terms of rating it, Baz the S tier. No, he's not. The tiers are going to be loosely defined. And we're going to talk more about like usefulness. So for instance, if we talk about Finn, he's going to get put in meh. Why? Because the only thing he's good at is PvP. And if you've got a hero that's only good in PvP, does that make them a good hero? I would suggest not. And that is why also, for instance, I thought I'd put them in here. And by the way, I presume this is going to cause zero controversy whatsoever, right? Like grouped together. I've already done that, Galaxy. I've already done that. I've got separate ones. I've got proper tier lists that I put loads of effort into. This is just for fun. Good heroes are multifunctional. Yes, Arctis, that's what this is based off. We could look at this as like, what kind of heroes are you going to want for a standard account? So rather than the tier list I've done before, where a lot of thought went into them, this is just more like, for instance, Queen would be an S tier. Because no matter what account you're doing, she can go on your account and do good things. Yeah? So let's also... No, hold on. Right, let's put this down here because we're going to start again. So I'm going to record this and then edit it later. We're going to start again. I'm going to do the intro. We're going to fake the intro and I can cut this a little bit out. So we're going to talk about it. Yeah. Let me just quickly vape before I start actually talking. So we'll start off strong. Queen has to go S tier. Virtually every team that you want. Okay, you're right. Okay, for fuck, can you not put Dirty Vapor in the thing? Like trying to record it, and you've just put Dirty Vapor. Yeah. Couple more to go. Couple more messages. Put a couple more messages in there. There you go. Nice one, Matt. Thank you. Get the cat in there. Right. So, we will start off. We'll put Queen in S tier. I think we'll start off by putting the heroes that are obvious in S tier. Queen's an obvious S tier. She goes on literally every account. I don't think anyone's going to disagree with Queen being an S tier. We will try and put them into some kind of order amongst the tiers, but I'm not too fussed right now. Who else would go in S tier? It's got to be Melissa. Again, same as Queen. In virtually every game mode, she'd be an S tier. I don't know where you wouldn't want her in certain game modes. Not every single team necessarily, but in every mode she's got a use. Natalie has got to be an S tier. The same reason. To be fair, in terms of versatility, her and Wukong are the ones at the very top anyway, aren't they? Do we put a damage dealer in S tier at all? Is there any damage dealer that we think goes in S tier? Because they've all got weaknesses, right? Well, do you know what? Who was saying Vulcan? Galaxy was saying Vulcan. I could see why we'd put Vulcan. Yeah. IEA. But here's my thing. You could put Queen, Melissa, Natalie and Wukong in every team and have fun. If you have an IEA on your account, bear in mind she's a main damage dealer. You're not going to use her for boss fighting, right? So you have to then either have another backup as Natalie as like an A tier, or you have to build low for or something like that. So I would say, because bear in mind, A tier is a good tier. It's not a bad tier. This is excellent. This is excellent. So I feel like it's very hard, unless there was a hero that was excelling at every game mode, like damage dealer. I don't think they make it. Aspen. Nah, Aspen's not S tier. I think people would put Aspen like lower than he should be. I don't know if he's going to be S tier. I'm happy to have a discussion, but I think we'll put... Where is Alakita? We'll put Alakita in the A tier. Because PvP, Void Campaign, etc. She's unrivaled in PvP, right? Void Campaign, she does nutty stuff as well. I think the fact that you don't use her in bosses is a downplay. And I know that Will and me are both of the opinion that you can use her before Destiny / Nirvana, but people don't. So I don't know whether that should push her down or up. She's going to stay in A for now. I am going to put Vulcan in A tier. Do you know what, right? If you're a free-to-play player and you don't have the luxury of buying different high-quality copies, Vulcan's probably your best bang for buck. Do you not think, Arctis? I know he's not the best at anything, but he's the second best at loads of things, right? So I feel like... No, Galaxy stopped. So I feel like he does deserve A tier. Or should he go in B, A/B? I will put him there. Will, I know. Pac-Man, how you doing? Let's talk about who else would go in A tier. Yes, and to be fair, Matt, Asmodel gets put higher up the list because of that reason. Yeah, but he doesn't get higher than Vulcan. No, that's not. That's not the same one. Star Alchemist Holmes Young, A tier. Can only be used at Destiny. So therefore he can't be S tier. No, we haven't done the country tier list yet. We're going to do that after. I still feel like... it's a shame because Aspen's really not good at PvP, is he? I want to put Aspen B tier. I think being the best at boss damage. But then in terms of, bear in mind, this is for like your account. If you're not interested in Star Expedition, you're not as interested in Aspen. Yeah, Connor. I kind of see. We'll keep him in B. We'll keep him in B for now. And we'll go through because we need to get some of these on the board. Mockman, versatility-wise, I think does go. There isn't any other hero that turns from your main damage dealer to like your main support as quickly as Mockman can. So I think Mockman does go in A. But bear in mind, I've never used a Mockman. I'm basically going off of what other people have said. Connor, no, he shouldn't. Bear in mind what I've said about the other heroes. We are not putting Williams in S tier. I know he can do little bits in PvP. He does nothing in boss fights. So at the highest, he can be A tier. Yeah, and that's the highest. And do you know what? I'm putting him... Oh, I'm so tempted to put him in B tier. Bear in mind how RNG heavy he is. I so don't want to put him in A tier. He's so finicky compared to others. He looks cool, and that should boost him to A. Right, we're going to put him here, which is funny. Because I want to put him low, I want to put Vulcan higher, but we can leave them there. Betty. What do we do for Betty? What do we do for Betty? She's definitely A. And she's so cheap to make work. Yeah, well, Will, that's why I said I've kind of got them in between A and B at the moment. I've kind of got them between A and B. Because Williams is better than Vulcan at like Void Campaign. Vulcan's better at him at everything else and can still do stuff in Void Campaign. I think Betty A tier is fine. Oh, yeah, she did. But Will, it's one of those things. Bear in mind, like, you don't want to use her against Valkyrie waves or indeed Gustin waves. I feel like that limits her a little bit. PvP at endgame, she gets shut down. Am I right in saying that? Like, because the CC is not as important. Well, it's not important, but it's easier to block. But she also is so cheap to build, completely kills Void Vortex, and is so useful up to and including mid-game PvP. Oh, she's going to be there for now. Let's talk. We'll put some in the meh tiers. Right, hold on. Let's put some in meh. Because if you're a hero who is only useful in one game mode, I feel like that makes you meh. Because unless you're a Giga Whale or super endgame player, no offense, Paco, you're not going to be building Patricia, Finn, or Azrael. Because why would you? Why would you put all your resources into a PvP hero and ignore the rest of the game? So I feel like they can't go in F because they're really good at what they do. But in one specific game mode, Gun Lampoon. Yeah. I thought so. I don't see Betty at the end game PvP. I just don't see her, so I presume that. I think that's once you start getting to Star Souls, obviously she becomes less useful, doesn't she? And it becomes much more about... Right. Let's get Melissa reviving. So listen, we'll keep that as that. Arania is interesting. I love Arania, but the reason she's used is for the same reason as Holmes Young, but Holmes Young is a better hero. So therefore, she can't be in A tier. I feel like she has to be in B tier. But that's not saying she's bad, but she's another hero that has to be Nirvana, and there's one that does more than her. So I feel like B tier is solid. Let's talk about Asmodel. Now, this is interesting. I feel like putting Asmodel in B tier, and someone brought it up earlier, and it's my same thought process. If you are a free to... Now listen, hear me out, and hear me out with Asmodel. If you are a free to play player, you can pick up a God Killer, Giant Killer, Defier Asmodel for 3,500 starry gems. You get an A tier cheaper than any other hero, and there seems to be loads of them on the market. An A- Asmodel is going to get you further than a B+ Williams. And it's much more free to play accessible. So is Asmodel better than the others? No, but you take into account the value, and I would say that B tier is good. Yeah, but then Vulcan I'm tempted to put in A tier, so it's not the same. I would happily put him in C tier without his cheapness. Yeah, I know, but you've got to B tier other heroes go further. I'll give him a C+. Yeah, I'll give him a C+. I like how cheap he is. And there is proven people that have done stuff with Asmodel, which shows that early game, getting up to chapter 8 is possible very cheaply. Whereas you can't do that with the other heroes. You have to be quite far into your account. But I'm happy putting him there. And do you know what's interesting? Sia, I saw someone on Reddit the other day, and they'd cleared chapter 8 with 60 million attack, which I think is interesting. She's an assassin. C tier. I'm not going to put her in D because, again, like Asmodel, when you've got a main damage unit that's cheap. See, when you're talking about supports where you don't have to have the A tier, it's much easier to put them lower down. When you've got heroes that are so cheap, we have to take that into account. Yeah. Yeah, okay, I'm happy. But I feel like, especially, again, because she's an assassin, I still feel like that puts her down. I don't know why in my mind. You think she's better than ATD? Oh, I do listen to Will as well. Okay. We're going to put her there. Put her there. Luna can go straight into F tier. I don't see the point in Luna. It's an assassin main damage dealer whose damage gets capped ridiculously low. So, yeah. Yeah, Ignatia, garbage tier, because there's no use for her. That's fine. I'm happy with that. Now, I know that Yerm Term can be used to cheese Gustins. I know that Barry has Yerm Term as his main. I'm very anti-assassins. And I don't know why I would build him. So I'm going to put Yerm Term in D because there is still some redeeming qualities for him. Nah, because he's not F tier because these guys have no use case. Yerm Term has a use case. Yeah. Yeah. Eos. Now, it's interesting. I would have had Eos. That's my chair, by the way. I would have had Eos in F tier. I then saw that Rake done a video on her treasures. And she suddenly has a use. It feels very niche. It feels very niche. I don't want to insult Rake. C/D. C/D. Do you ever think B? Nah, listen. I think you go too high. Because bear in mind, if you don't have her treasures, then she's useless. Still. So we have to take that into account. If you have to have her treasures for her to be useful, and she's only useful in PvP with her treasures. There. Yeah, but Connor, I don't care that she's a tenant. I don't care that she's a tenant. Yeah, but for instance, right? So you have to have her treasures. If you don't already have her treasures from the event, you have to wail out to get them. Is anyone wailing out to get Eos's treasures? No. But if you've already got her treasures because you're a whale and you can use her, I think so. I do think she's got a dope skin. Oh, thank you, Arctis. let's talk about... See, Geista, I think Geista is your absolute standard C tier. His core is still... I'm not going to get into the core again. His core is still useful. If people were getting success with it before, they'd still get success with it now. But you're not really using him for him. You're using him for his core. There's other cores. I presume, like, end game, he completely falls off a cliff. Early game, you're not going to want him. He's really... Yeah, definition of mid. I love Geista. I think Geista's so fascinating. But it's hard to find a spot that you'd want to use him in. I only just, on my mini account, got rid of Geista 3 days ago when I got the soul symbols. So I do like him. Yeah, but I think C tier is fine. He's not D tier because you could still use his core, etc. And you could argue, like a Betty thing, well, you need a 1-star core and he does some bits and bobs and that's fine. But yeah, C tier for me. Elena, do you know what? I used to really dislike Elena. And the more and more I haven't had her, the more and more I wish I did have her. She's the type of hero, I don't think she increases like your ceiling, i.e. how good you're going to be. But she makes things so much more consistent. So therefore, that for me makes the game more enjoyable. But for instance, if there's waves that you can't win with Elena, but you can beat with Melissa or Madeline, that's never reversed. I feel like there's not waves that you can only win with Elena, but you wouldn't win if you had a Melissa and a Madeline. Yeah, so I feel like B tier is fine. As I said, I'm running an account without her and I find it okay. I think she's another one that's cheap, T4 to get the most out of her. Not the most, but you know what I mean. Bang for buck. Mid-game, Elena is S tier. Yeah, or that's it. That's it. She's just a... But as I said, she's and she's not worse because obviously with Melissa you need the RNG to hit for the CC cleanse. With Elena you don't. But for consistency's sake, does she deserve to go higher up? No. And if Aspen was more meta all round, she'd be higher up because she fears and stuff like that as well. But for me, it doesn't warrant it. So I'm happy for her to be in B tier. Madeline, I don't think she's S tier. Or is that crazy? I feel like it's the stuns. How crazy is that to say it? That CC is the thing that knocks her down a peg. I feel like if your main roadblock in most accounts is Valkyries, then she tends to just harm you. But I do love her. But S tier is like every account should have. And I feel like she's further down the pathing. Because like even if you have a Williams, I know that people like her because she's a tenant. But the stun is still anti-synergy. Anti-synergy. A tier. Yeah, A tier I'm happy with. I'm happy with A tier. And that's, bear in mind, I love her. But I'm still happy with A tier. And I think just because she's incredible at stuff like Star Expedition doesn't warrant her going up higher. Basilisk, C tier. And that's not bias. That's not biased. These guys are just good in PvP. Azrael, Patricia, Finn. Basilisk is also very good in PvP. But he absolutely annihilates early Void campaign very consistently because he doesn't need loads of stuff to happen for him to do his big nuke. He also does very solid boss damage, which I had on my account. He was one-hitting Star Expedition 110. I know it's not that impressive. It's certainly more than the rest. So I'm going to put Basilisk in C tier because he's better than them. I don't think he's B tier because I still think you'd rather pick the others over him, depending on what you're doing. Yeah, he falls off big. He does fall off big. But then it's interesting because Ali still really likes Basilisk. Ali has an S tier Basilisk and really likes him. But obviously he's such a giga whale and a lovely man that PvP is more important for him. So yeah, C tier I think is fine. Bazzy doesn't suck at boss damage, Paco. You're just lying to yourself. Let's look at Vespera. B tier. used for Star Expedition. I think underused on most people's accounts. But then I suppose, why would you build Vespera before you've built out Melissa or Madeline now? I feel like if Madeline wasn't here, I'd have her higher. I know which is weird because it's only recently people seem to be locking onto her. Yeah, but I'm happy with Vespera. I like Vespera. I just think she's underrated by a lot of people. But then I don't overrate the impact she has in Star Expedition because it's just one game mode. So I'm happy with B tier. Norton Haig, it's such a shame. I think he goes there. Like his use case is so small, but he's such a fun hero. I don't know how you use him properly to really, he's meh / trash. Like, I would argue, actually, no, do you know what? Because the shields, and do you know what? No, I am going to put him in there because I like him and it's my list. And he has the ability to do big stuns. He doesn't have the ability to do massive damage. But so he's going to go in D. And that's mainly because I just like him. He's a nice hero who's got an interesting kit. Who, if teamed up with like a Rainier and Sylvie, could do some stuff. Which was the idea of the original Dream Team, but we stopped it. D tier, could go lower. I love him though. Sylvie. I think that's an in-betweener. I like Sylvie. I know you can build accounts around Sylvie. I know she can do a nuki damage. She's very good endgame PvP. She struggles early game because she's not built up and you have to build a team around her for her to be really useful. Do you want to build up a really big team around Sylvie? Probably not. She also doesn't work amazingly well with Wukong or Madeline because they give her too big a shield. She needs her shields to break to actually do the nuke. So I'm happy in between B and C. She's also a tenant for Williams. I don't really want to base this on the fact of whether or not they're tenants, but obviously it does make a difference, I suppose, for viability. If you're building a Williams account, it makes sense to have Sylvie, and she can still be useful. Now, Oscar. I just don't. I know. And the thing is, I know I'm wrong when I say B tier because I know that people far further than me in the game love him. But he's an RNG based monster who I just don't feel is necessary. Like, I don't look at him and think, I feel like once you've got all your team set out, you build him. He's not like in your first 6 to 8 heroes built, is he? But I get why the endgame players want him. I understand it. It's the dazzle. Maria, I don't know. I'm going to leave Maria there. Yeah, I'm going to leave Maria there because I just don't know enough about her. Ailamak, C tier. I'm not going to put him in meh. And the reason I'm not going to put him in meh is because I feel like he's a basic bitch version of Wukong. And if you wanted to go off meta and didn't want to build Wukong, you could build Ailamak as your first trans hero and still do bits with him. I know he can still be using void bosses. I think he's fine. He has survivability and the potential to nuke a little bit, which therefore means I think that he's viable. But he's not a B tier. I also don't think he's meh. I think he's fine in C tier. Yeah, I think... Yeah, so I feel like C tier is fine for him. Also, I like his core. Getting taunts off rip. Nice. Freya. Do you know what? I actually feel I didn't do this deliberately. I feel like this has kind of happened by accident. All 3 of them. They were all meta at once. Now they're not meta. It's not because they're suddenly trash. It's just they've been outclassed. if you've still got a Freya or a Starwing Jara, I'm sure they still do stuff for you. I know that Jara... I'm going to tidy this list up. Jara there. Jara, meh. Yeah, but Jara less so than Freya and Ailemak. Yeah. Because Jara's more hard work, right? And the thing is, if you wanted CC, a lot of CC, you just build Betty for less investment. If you want her to be a main damage dealer, you need to really build it around her, and why would you do that? So... Oh, Galaxy, that's fine, bro. Invictus, how you doing, man? It's going good. We're nearly there. We're nearly there. Vesa. Vesa's fascinating. I've never used Vesa. I think that she deserves to go... This is going to sound weird, like the Ailemak thing, right? But also that she's available in basic shards. I know that sounds stupid, but early game, that's huge, getting a hero that's available in basic shards. And she can kind of do loads of stuff. B tier. But I don't want to base this off the fact of her treasures. Because if I'm turning around and saying that I like her as an early game hero that has some viability, I can't in the same breath say, yeah, she gets boosted because she has good treasures, because early game players obviously aren't going to have those treasures at this point. I also don't think, I don't think she's as good as Irania, Elena, Vespera, or Aspen for an account. So, yeah, I feel like between B and C, she gets boosted up because of how easily she's available. And again, you can make her as your first trans hero. She's lower down because the second you start getting like mid game, you don't really want her, right? You're certainly not going to want to Destiny her, I don't think. I know that she does have some real late game viability. Ali was talking about her end game rather, not late game, but I can't base it off that because I'm not there. And Gaggy. I'm going to hold this against Skit until the day I die. He put Gaggy at the bottom of his PvP tier list, which upset me a great deal. It really upset me because I think he's not F tier. No way is Gaggy F tier. He can be used as a sponge. He can be used as a focal point of your account. He could definitely be your first trans hero because he's got the survivability, the nukeability, and the CC if you wanted him to. I'm letting my personal feelings get in the way of what I think he should be. He's not F tier. Fuck you, Skit. It's not F tier. I'm not doing it. If I put him C tier, I feel like it invalidates the rest of the list. CD, because I think he's a step ahead of like Norton Haig, even though Norton's fun. And also, yeah, he's going C/D. Gaggy's meh best. C/D because I like him and Skit has wound me up, alright? Paco, no it doesn't. I explained why Basilisk is that tier. Right, let's tidy it all up a bit. Let's tidy up all of it. Because we want to make it nice and pretty so it all lines up-ish. But I'm quite happy with that as a pairing, as a list. I think that kind of hits the right notes of what I wanted it to do. Because yeah, I suppose as well, it's obviously it's a list based off of what I think, and so because I don't really prioritize PvP, the PvP heroes are lower. I'm sure if you love PvP, that your list is going to be higher, and it obviously depends on where you are in your game, right? If you're end game, late game, you're going to have a different opinion to me because I'm not there. Am I late game? I'm certainly not end game. No, probably not. Probably not. That's something that doesn't bother me. That really bothers people that are early game when you tell them they're early game. If you want to piss off an early game player, tell them they're early game. That really winds them up. What did Skit say? Move Gaggy to G tier. You were just trying to get on Paco's good side. I'm on to you. I'm on to you. Right. And let's put Oh, I'll do that after, because I can put them the other side of the line. Everyone can see who they are anyway, right? But is there anything there that people are looking at thinking, that's egregious? Kay, shut up. You don't know what tier Gaggy should be in. Yeah, but Will, I don't disagree with you. I would also suggest that if they were amazing damage dealers in their own right, which I know they're very good, then I'd agree. Like if for instance Wukong was as good as damage dealer as he was support, then fine. But he's not, is he? I think he falls off. I mean, even Hanchok, who has pushed him so far, has said that he wouldn't have done it if he didn't get a good copy. Lucky. I think he wakened him. But also Wukong gets a boost up because he should be with your account from the beginning. Same as Queenie. Nah. I think Geester done alright to end up in C tier. Samurai, yeah. Well, listen, everything's up for debate. I would say the same with Queen, and I'd say the same. To be fair, those top four. This is why the game can be a little bit. It's difficult because if you just built a team and had these four heroes, and you put any of the main damage dealers in, you're there, right? Do you know what I mean? And then Betty or Elena, depending on the wave. Where's Elena? Oh, Elena's there, yeah. Betty or Elena. Oh, do you know what? I'm looking at Elena and I'm thinking she's too low. Now I've got them lined up like that. Does Elena deserve to be A/B? I'm not sure. I feel like I've been a bit horrible to her. Yeah, I do you know what? I was just thinking, where is Elena? It doesn't feel right that she's there. And as I said, this is from someone that doesn't have an Elena, but feels like he misses her. I like the consistency she brings. As I said, she doesn't increase your ceiling, but she definitely increases consistency, which should be taken into it. So, in Vic, the thing is with Betty, the roadblocks that you come across in the game, she doesn't tend to deal with very well. So, or the main ones. So therefore, like, if you can't use her against Valkyries, that means you don't want her to be part of your main 6-hero team, right? Yeah, well, but you can use Wukong, like, if we're talking about, and it's so difficult because I don't disagree with what you're saying. I get why, because she's consistent, right? But bear in mind, we also have people saying that Williams is the best damage dealer. But for him to be that successful, you have to macro him for hours and hours on end. So it's like, well, if we talk about consistency, then Williams gets dropped further down. Yeah, but then I don't... Listen, Wukong clears. I don't... Henrik, how you doing, man? Do you think... But I haven't used Betty. Even when I had Basilisk, I didn't have Betty. And I like, as I said, she's so cheap. I like it. And she clears Void Vortex. I'm not remiss to put her in S tier. I just don't think, when I look at the others, I don't... Samurai, bear in mind Will has completed the game. I will listen to what Will says. I don't know. Will, do you know what it probably is? You know how you feel about Madeline? And you don't like her maybe as much because people overrate her in your opinion. I feel like that with Betty. Where people talk about her, I just get so bored of her. But I'm trying to take my bias out of it. But it's hard. No, you haven't started a war. No, this never turns into arguments, to be fair. Invictus, it's absolutely fine. This is why we do it on stream. I want to talk about it. I want to find out people's thought process. Samurai, I wouldn't get a target with Will. Dusk, do you know what? I don't know. I don't know why. Because do you know what? I love the character design. I do. I like her. But I don't know if I love her. Whereas Wukong, stud muffin. Right, can you guys stop talking about Gaggy? Can you stop talking about him? He's in between C and D tier. He is not a problem. Don't you guys worry about Gaggy. Yeah, Invictus, I get it. You could also say this though, D-Gen would be used on all stages, even if TBB isn't cheesing it. She's even used more than TBB is. Oh, are you backing up? Sorry, okay, I get what you're saying. Randy, I'll see you later, dude. Yeah, as I said, and Will, it's just one of those things. I feel like if you built these 4 heroes as well as your main damage dealer from start to finish, you're fine. Not finished, but you know what I mean. You're fine. After you complete Void Vortex, you don't need Betty. It just increases. Well, same as Elena. Elena just increases consistency, right? But if people want to promote Williams, then I don't think the consistency. Then I don't think the consistency argument really holds much weight, because otherwise that therefore means Williams is shit, which he's not. But he's an RNG monster. Yeah. But do you know what I'm happy about? We've all managed to have a really nice discussion without it boiling over, because we're all friends here and we don't have to argue. If I saw someone's tier list and they had Betty in S tier, I wouldn't argue it. That's what I'd say. That's how I'd say it. I'd be fine with it. If I saw an A tier, it wouldn't bother me. I might be like, oh, does she deserve to be like in between? So yeah, I feel like between S and A is fine. I'm just looking through it now. Do you know what? It's interesting. Talking about how much weight do we put on Holmes Young? The fact he has to be Nirvana. Does the fact, because he's S tier without Nirvana, if he didn't need Nirvana, he'd be S tier. He does, so he drops down. Does he go between A and S? Because as soon as you've got to the point where you have him on your account, he becomes crucial, doesn't he? Sheer investor too high. I can tell you why, Skip, just in case you weren't here when we explained. Sia and Asmodel, for instance, are high because they're so cheap. So if you're a free-to-play player, my argument would be that an A- Sia and Asmodel gets you further than a B+ Williams. It's not an argument, it's true, right? So therefore, you have to take the price into consideration with stuff like, I think, with stuff like this. So it's not saying that they are just one tier below Williams. They are obviously lower than that. But when you take into account RNG and cost and accessibility and all that stuff. Samurai, but she's not just used for bosses, man. Yeah, she's not just used in bosses. I think that's, and do you know what? I think people massively bear in mind how many people say they love her. I think people so misunderstand Madeline and her skill set. I really do. I think that fundamentally they don't grasp all the damage reduction stuff is massive to her, and don't forgo the shields. Like, the shields are obviously important in every game mode. I don't know how good she is in PvP, but I don't know why she wouldn't be very good. I've put her in A tier because we don't like her against Valkyries, because she reduces consistency in an already inconsistent wave. But literally, if she didn't have the stun, she'd probably be S tier. But she has the stun, and so yeah, we don't We don't. Yeah, I can't see why she wouldn't be used in PvP because she's, yeah. Connor, I am not arguing with people over half a tier, Connor. If you think she should be in D tier, that's fine. I'm putting her between D and F because for her to be useful, you have to have her treasures now. Because pre-treasures and before Rake's video, she would have been an F tier. Paco, I'll see you later, dude. But treasures are a big ask, so therefore... Yeah, but she's not in the same tier. What did Dusk say? Yeah, Dusk, 100% they do. And do you know what? It was the most infuriating conversation a couple of months ago on Discord. And someone was talking about what hero should I build next, and someone said, "Well, go and look at the guides, right?" And he came back and said, "I don't like to read." And so someone said, "Just build Ignis and Maldek." And he said, "Oh, okay." And someone else said, "Do you know why you should build Maldek Ignis?" And he said, "No." He said, "Why don't you read the skills?" He said, "I don't like to read." But you could tell it was so rage baiting, but at the same time, you could tell that's the type of person that exists. And bear in mind, it's not hard to read Ignis and Maldek skills. Some of these heroes, it is. Like, that's why. Ask someone what the Spree artifact does. No one will tell you what it does, because no one can be bothered to read it. By the way, it's not very good. I read it yesterday. It's not very good. Yeah, Invictus 100%. But I would argue some heroes, it can be really difficult to understand what they do because so many of the skills interact with each other, but you don't ever see them on the same page. They're all on separate pages. Yeah, Matt, 100%. Pages of text are so annoying. They are annoying. Like Wukong. I have interest. I don't know if any of you can tell me exactly what Wukong does. Like, exactly what he does. I'm not just saying, like, roughly. Like, exactly. I could tell you exactly what Queen does. I couldn't tell you exactly what Wukong does. Yeah, Connor, he stuns. He stuns and he does shields. Like, that's it. But we do know that he's phenomenal. But when you try and read Wukong's skill set, it is, like... It's a skill in itself to read it, I think. But, yeah. Stuns go burr. But it's so confusing. I wouldn't be able to explain him other than the fact that he has big survivability and he stuns things. And he's immune to doves when he has the gold thing behind him. Immortal soul and stuff. But I suppose as long as you know they're good, that's all that matters, right? Yeah, okay, but I've read it 20 times, bro, and I still couldn't tell you exactly what he does. As long as you know the gist, that's fine. Yeah. And it's to do with if he gets healed, he gets one, and if he... I don't know. If you read Norton Haig's skill set, it doesn't even tell you how he puts on Undercurrent, which is his main ability. Like, if enemies have Undercurrent, he does, like, extra damage and stuff like that. And it tells you if they've got Undercurrent, it does this, this, this. It doesn't actually say anywhere in his kit how he inflicts it. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. But that's my tier list. I've recorded it. It was about half. I'm going to cut that down and put that into a video. And shut up, Will. That's not true. Also, this is just for you guys to know about. I am, in every single one of my event previews, I am going to do a 500 Starry Gem giveaway to try and increase engagement. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to obviously change the title here. I'm going to take away the title completely. I'm going to do a tier list just with trans heroes or base heroes or whatever. And I'm going to release it alongside the event preview, like at the end. And whoever guesses the title gets 500 Starry Gems. So, for instance, if I'd done this tier list and someone guessed that it was the best hero, don't worry about the 2026, then that's what they would get. But imagine how many different tier lists I can make just to increase engagement and just for a bit of fun. So that's what I'm planning on doing. And you're probably thinking to yourself, there's not that many tier lists. There's loads. So that's what I'm going to start doing, just to try and get some engagement to it. No, but it's not. I'm not making a video on it, Kay. It will just be an event preview, and it's just a way of giving some Starry Gems back, isn't it? But because I think that would be a fun thing to do. No, it doesn't. I think you're lying. I think you're lying. I'm almost certain you're lying, Will. No, if the target, yeah, but this isn't it. If the target is undercurrent, 40% chance, but he inflicts it with his passive skill, with his basic attack. So he inflicts undercurrent with his basic attack. Yeah, here, I know that. That's extra chances to increase it. If he attacks his basic, he inflicts undercurrent, but it doesn't tell you that. Because believe me, this would be shit if this was the only way he got undercurrent, but it's not. He does, yes, no, to be fair, if the target has undercurrent, if the target is spraying water jets, then there is a chance to inflict undercurrent. But there's no... Wait. Yeah, when dealing damage to the target with undercurrent, there is a chance to stun and additionally inflict one layer of undercurrent on him. So he only inflicts undercurrent if they've already got it. But that is what his basic skills what puts it on. But that doesn't say if the hero doesn't have undercurrent, they can put it on. It says it will put undercurrent if they've already got it. So it doesn't on his basic, he generally speaking puts it on 5 or 6 heroes. So for instance, that 50% chance is just wrong as well, because it's significantly more than that. When I was using him, it was every single basic attack was basically doing 5 or 6 undercurrents. Yeah, but Kay, that's what I'm saying. So it doesn't say it here, but he does it on his basic attack. But it doesn't say that here. Yeah, right. Are you guys winding me up? That's what I'm saying. So he inflicts it by doing his basic. If then he already has it the next time he does a basic, he has an extra chance to put another undercurrent on him. Yeah, I know it's weird. It is so... The way they've put it is bizarre. But I asked Burnt Callie, because he mains him, and he said that's how he does it as well. And then when I built Norton Hagar and I was using him, that's what I discovered. He does it on his basic attack. Dusk, fuck off. You bastard. You bastard. No, Will's not wrong, but it reads terribly. And bear in mind, that's probably the first time Will's ever read Norton Haig's skill set. Like, it's unnecessarily confusing. Or I think it is. Do you know what we could do? Do you know what we could do? Should we do... Let's do the country tier list. No, but Will, I don't think you were wrong. It doesn't make sense. Like, when you read it, it doesn't make sense. It's so infuriating. Like, yeah. Island number 1. Not on this tier list, it's not. Right. Let's do... Is Ireland even technically a country? That's a joke. That's a joke. That's a joke. Can I not? I can scroll in. Okay, cool. Well, that's better anyway, isn't it? Yeah, but how does it inflict? It can only inflict spraying water jets when they already have undercurrent, isn't it? It's so bizarre. It's so bizarre. Right, so let's finish this off. Let's finish off the stream by doing a European country tier list. What are we going to base the tier list on? This is Europe exclusive. This is European exclusive. What should we do? I don't want to do a food one because I'd need to do more prep work into food. So, for instance, height. What do you mean height? So what? Netherlands is top. Well done. Why are the flags so squashed? It's weird. I'm going to have to make my own tier list. Should we do... We'll do it basic. We'll stick to it very basic. A nice and easy one. So we're going to do a European tier list based on where I would want to live. Okay? Purely subjective. And yes, I'm definitely going to offend some of you. Don't stress about it too much, too hard, too soon. Okay? Let's start off with, and if you're from one of these countries that gets put towards the bottom, it doesn't mean I don't like you, okay? It just means that I don't like your country stereotypically. At the bottom, Kazakhstan. Is that Kazakhstan? I don't want to live in Kazakhstan. I think it would be funny. I just wouldn't want to do it. Azerbaijan, get out of here. Let's get all the rubbish ones. Georgia. I feel like these are the type of countries, bless them. There isn't many redeeming qualities with them. The weather's not good. The food's not going to be very good. I don't, yeah. Kosovo. I can't imagine is particularly fantastic. It's a bit war-ravaged. Vatican City. I'm not going to be insulting to our Christian friends out there. It's not my cup of tea. Scotland. Oh, God. In fact, let's do this. All right. There you go. Let's make it a bit more realistic. Macedonia gets put in that tier as well. This one's being published, Will. Yes. This one's being published. I'm going to cut down the original one and I'm going to cut down this one and put it into a 2-4 episode. Is that Andorra? Whatever it is D tier. No, Andorra. Do you know what? No, let's put Andorra back down here. Andorra's between France and Spain. I imagine it's okay. What is this flag? Is that Monaco, by the way? Can someone find out what that flag is? I'm from the south of England. This isn't Moldova. Moldova's that. But I mean, Moldova's also getting put there. Is that the Northern Ireland flag? I didn't know it had the hand in the middle. How bad is that? Apologies. I feel bad for my Northern Irish friends. That's not Finland. It's not Finland. Faroe Islands, I imagine, is pretty gross. That's not Georgia. That's Georgia. That's the Georgian flag. Is there any other countries that there's no chance I'd want to live in? Montenegro. It's got no... meh. Luxembourg. I wouldn't want to live in Luxembourg. I can tell you that much. That's not the Russian flag. Right. That's not the Russian flag. San Marino might be quite cool. Armenia. I don't want to live in Armenia. Belarus. I don't want to live in Belarus. I don't want to live in Bosnia. It's a combination of like bad food, shit weather, and there's better Balkans and Eastern European countries. Isn't there? Oh, what's this one? I can't think of what that one is. I think... Russia. I wouldn't want to live in Russia. I wouldn't want to live in Russia. I wouldn't want to live in Estonia. I wouldn't want to live in Ukraine. I mean, the Ukrainians don't want to live there. I certainly wouldn't want to live there. No offense. Latvia. Oh, shit. Where did Latvia just go? Latvia. Where's Lithuania? And Lithuania. That was Liechtenstein. Oh, that's Liechtenstein. I also wouldn't want to live in Liechtenstein, to be fair. I wouldn't want to live in Albania. This is countries that I want to live in, so we're going from bottom to top. I'm sure it gets better, Kay. Alright? I don't want to live there. Are we done? Should we move up to C tier? Let's move up to C tier. Wales. No offence, Skip. Ireland. Let's face it, they're just colder versions of England. Ah, that's Liechtenstein. I also wouldn't want to live in Liechtenstein. Thank you for sending that through, Connor. Come on, Wales, Skip. Sorry, yeah. Slovenia and Slovakia. I think that like the Balkans, Eastern Europe countries aren't as bad as people think they are. But for instance, I would rather live in Czech Republic than Slovenia or Slovakia. What's this one? That's duplicated. Okay. Ireland C is disgraceful. But it's the same as living in the UK. I would just rather live in the UK. Like England. Like I just wouldn't... it's not a bad thing to be in... Okay, right. I'll put them in B tier. No, you're not better than that. I'm not arguing with you over that. We'll also put the Balkan countries that I wouldn't want to live in, or the Eastern European countries I wouldn't want to live in. So we've got Bulgaria, Hungary, Romania, Serbia, France. I wouldn't want to live in France. Not a chance. Finland's... I don't want to offend anyone. The weakest of the Nordics, if we're being polite. Estonia is sometimes considered Nordic. Montenegro in C, it's got some nice place. You could not pay me to live in France for £1 billion, euros, or dollars. I have put it in C tier purely because of croissants and baguettes. There is no way that I would move there in a million years. But at least the food and weather is better than some of the other places on the list. Okay? I don't care if they are French or not. You can buy them there and they're delicious. I wouldn't know because I don't go to France. Yeah, but Carl, listen, I said don't get offended by where I put lists. Finland. What am I going to do in Finland? I imagine that the standard of living is quite good. It's freezing cold. The language is gobbledygook. And I just don't want to do it. Lapland. Possibly, but I'd go there for 2 weeks and then want to leave. So, Portugal. C tier. Spain. C tier. Portugal, I don't know. I don't know what you're thinking of, Kay. I've been to Portugal. I wouldn't want to live there. Cyprus, C tier. It's like a shitter version of Greece. Am I happy with San Marino? I presume I'd want to live in San Marino. I've never thought about it. Because some of these places you're going to be surprised. Where's Czech Republic? Oh, it's there. Okay. Let's go to B tier. I will keep... Listen, I'll put... Where is England? Listen, I'm going to put all of these together. They're all basically the same. And I like England. I like Wales. Ireland... Give or take. Right? I like the twins, and the flag's quite cool, and I like the green football kit, and the accent can be nice, sometimes not nice, and I always thought Robbie Keane was a good footballer, underrated footballer, and Damien Duff. I'm happy with it there. Italy. I wouldn't want to see. It's funny. People might be surprised that I've put Italy, Portugal, and Spain not in A or S tier. But I think that people maybe have a distorted view of them if they haven't visited there. They're not. Yeah. Netherlands. Beat. I tell you now, the Netherlands, you are lucky I've put you in B tier. You are so lucky. You are on the same tier as the other cold, shit weather, horrible food countries. And you're lucky that you got. Speaking of which, right, Belgium. You go there as well. You stay there. Switzerland, because how expensive it is. If you're a rich person, I imagine it's fantastic. If you're not rich, I think it's probably not a nicest place to live. What did I say that was wrong? I haven't said anything that's wrong, to be fair. Yeah, basically, Koji, Ireland is there because of Connor and Dust, and I felt bad that they're here, and I couldn't possibly... To be fair, Scotland's F tier on its own. I've been to the Netherlands. I've been there a couple of times. I just didn't, it's just like living in the UK. Except the people are taller and they speak a weird language. So, yeah. A tier. A tier. This is going to be the surprising one for people. Poland. Germany. Sweden. I don't know. Oh, it's funny because they're all they're proper close to each other. And where's Denmark? Denmark. I'm putting these here. Poland is deceptively high standard of living for a very low cost in an architecturally beautiful part of the world that is very Central Europe. So I feel like you, as a UK person, I could move there and be like incredibly, incredibly happy immediately. Super fast Wi-Fi. And the women are nice to look at. I'm happily married, so it doesn't bother me. But if I wasn't, then there's benefits there. Sweden's the same. Denmark's boring, but I feel like if you wanted to raise a family somewhere that was safe, straightforward, good location, why would you not want to live in Denmark? Same as Austria. Germany, I feel like, is a better version of the UK. Similar standard of living. It's bigger, it's more... I presume it's location based. And there's more nice areas in Germany, I think. Yeah, Germany's A. I like Germany. I know all about Wi-Fi because I've been looking to leave the UK for years and years and years. So I know all about the Wi-Fi. Eastern Europe has amazing Wi-Fi. Now, let's talk about S tier. This is the one, right? Turkey or Turkey, Croatia, Czechia or Czech Republic, Greece, Norway. Norway is a better version of Sweden, obviously. Greece, I put them there because they kind of fall under the same thing. Yeah, Turkey. Turkey and Greece are both dirt cheap countries to live in. They both pretty much 100% of the population speaks English. You can go, it's the big countries but not heavily populated countries outside of like Istanbul and Athens. Thessaloniki in Greece is really heavily populated. But like you could go there, live a really happy life. And the food's nice, the weather's beautiful, it's cheap, easy to get to. I like both those places. Greece is literally the upgraded version of Turkey. Oh, who's just said Greece is a shithole? Carl, are you the guy that's Finnish? Are you annoyed that I put Finland below them? I've been to Turkey, both on work and personal life. And Koji, I know that Greece is a third world country. I got married there. I saw, like Spain, that massive swathes of that country look like a third world country. I wouldn't live in those parts. I'd live in the areas that I liked. That's what I would do. Yeah, but Carl, don't visit the slums. You don't have to visit the slums. And then Czechia and Croatia, stunningly beautiful places. Fantastic locations. Not expensive. Women. And the beaches are incredible. I think that if you are European, like British, say, I don't know what you wouldn't achieve there that you get at home for cheaper, much more beautiful scenery, even if the food's a little bit iffy. But in terms of countries that I'd go to, that's shittest tier list ever. Thanks, Koji. I would live in Croatia. I'd live in Czech Republic. Happily. I'd say same as I'd live in Poland. I think those three are good. I think all this. Turkey is a bit of a war zone. Turkey can go in A tier. I still would like to go to Turkey. Live in Turkey. Diabolical. Renville, hey man. Yeah, Croatia is beautiful. So, I think this is a pretty solid tier list. Countries that I'd want to live in. I think that this makes perfect sense. Will, that's what we're definitely going to be doing. Because I'm recording this separate. I recorded my hero tier list. I've recorded this tier list. I'm going to chop it into a video. And I'm going to turn it into a video that will drop on Tuesday. And then Monday's stream video will drop on Saturday. So we're going to do stuff like that. That's what I'm planning on doing. That's the idea. So that is my tier list of where I would like to live in Europe. And more importantly, where I wouldn't want to live. Scotland. Right. Listen. Yeah, I think so. So Connor, listen, the idea is I could do a monster tier list. I have been saying about doing a monster tier list since I started making videos on YouTube. And the thing, here's the problem with that. I will tell you everything that's wrong with Scotland in a second. I will fucking list it out for you right here, right now. Let me talk about monster. Very beautiful country. Scotland is awesome. What are you guys smoking? You're from the Netherlands. I already know what you're smoking. Don't bring that shit in here on this stream and start saying that Scotland's a good place to go to. They get everything free that we pay for, right? It's freezing cold. You can't understand a word that they're saying. They think that the sun shines out their arse when it doesn't. They wanted to leave the UK, had a vote, fucked it up, and didn't end up leaving. And it's still known that they contribute more than anything else. It's a desolate wasteland that for some reason, because it's got like one or two nice buildings and a beautiful coast that looks beautiful, but is -5 degrees all year round, that makes people think that it's an okay country. There's a reason that the country is as big as it is and it has 10 fucking people living in it. It's because no one wants to live there. The food is terrible. The people are terrible. I hate Scotland with every fibre of my fucking being. And that is why that is F tier. You couldn't pay me £1 million to go and live there. I wouldn't dream of doing it. And the Wi-Fi is shit because it's in the middle of nowhere. So, at the bottom of the tier list, it goes. Paco, you're a shit version of Portugal, mate. Sorry, that was harsh. Sorry, that was horrible. I got a bit animated because I really don't like Scotland and I've taken it out on you and your country. I didn't mean that. Forgive me. Mexico 2.0. Listen, my mum and dad have a place out in Spain. I have no issue with Spain whatsoever. I don't mind Spain. Spain is one of those countries that when I went over there, I used to go over there all the time as a kid. And I assumed Paco always earns strays. He doesn't take it seriously. I assumed that like Spain would be like Germany or the UK. Unfortunately for Spain, like Greece, not to the same extent as Greece, Spain got hammered during the 2008 financial crisis. So what the Spanish developers did, they sold loads of apartments to British people, right? Say they said, look, we're going to build this complex and it's going to have 1,000 apartments. We're going to have 3 supermarkets, a golf course, 2 bars, restaurants. So it's basically like a made-up village. They'd sell all the apartments for 300,000-400,000 euros. They would start building the apartments. They would then start a new development using the money that people have paid for the first one, right? Then what happened is the financial crash happened. So all of these developments that they'd kind of started but hadn't finished before moving on to the next one are just there. They're just abandoned, mate. So when I went to my mum and dad's apartment for the first time when my wife was pregnant 11 years ago, we drove for 2.5 hours from the airport and it looked like Fallujah because all you had was these like half-built buildings, like breeze blocks and stuff like that, buildings on the side of this dusty roads. And there's just nothing. And then you get to their resort and they'd built the golf course and they'd built all the apartments and there was a little spa supermarket. That was it for like 1,000 apartments. So, because they'd run out of money. They didn't have any money. So we were going past like the apartment graveyard where all these developers went bust. So Spain has a beautiful history. It has some really beautiful towns. But so much of, because it's such a big country, so much of it is unpopulated and it's just weird. Greece is worse. Like Greece is like that, but on crack. Because whereas Spain has these lovely, modern, beautiful cities, as well as loads of nothing, Greece doesn't really have the modern cities. Like we got married in Halkidiki. So we flew into Thessaloniki, which is fantastic, right? It is like flying into Baghdad. Like what you'd imagine Baghdad looked like. The people, the town, like it was like going back to the Soviet Union. It was so weird. And then you go out like an hour and a half and you hit these little touristy places, like villages and stuff. It's beautiful, like beautiful country. The people are lovely. Weather's great, food's amazing. But it is where they got hit like the Spanish did during the 2008, just like crippled economy-wise, absolutely crippled. Right, what have you guys been saying? Yeah, you call it España Asiada. Can you move England down to D tier? No. Dictator tier list. Love it. Do you know why I love that idea as a tier list? It's because I love educational stuff, right? So if I was to do a dictator tier list, I would get 20 dictators and I'd learn about them before the stream, but I would proper learn about them and I would educate you guys as I was doing the tier list. So we would have Idi Amin, Colonel Gaddafi, Adolf, all of those guys in a tier list, and I'd teach you all about them whilst doing a tier list. I think that'd be fun. Oh, Skip, I would rule this country with an iron fist. I would inflict a real life Hunger Games / purge, and I actually think that'd be good for the country. And all those that oppose it would only oppose it because they'd be the ones dying. I would be a phenomenal prime minister. I would turn it into a dictatorship, but I feel like that's what the country needs. I feel like the only way you can effectively run a country is by being a dictator. The issue with democracy is that you have to listen to everyone. And unfortunately, it's like if you run a household as a democracy and all the kids get to have a say in it, you'd be eating sweets and chocolate and pizza every night for dinner. But we know that's not good. So we don't let the kids decide that. And I feel like as a prime minister / dictator, you shouldn't let the people vote for stuff because they're going to vote for stuff that just benefits them. Well, that might not be good for the greater good. So you have to vote for things and have to implement things that make sense on a broader scale. Yeah, basically. What did Will say? Prime Sinister. Absolutely fine with me, baby. I wouldn't mind that. The problem is that dictators always let the power get to them. The issue is that if you want to be a dictator, you probably haven't got the mental fortitude to actually do it properly. Like you have to be power hungry to get in that position. The issue is once you're there, is then not enough. See, I'd be a dictator. I wouldn't be corrupt. I would be incorruptible. It wouldn't bother me how much money was offered to me. But I would be unyielding, 100%. Pavel, how you doing, man? Hey, it's an A tier. I actually think if you asked 100 people where they'd put Poland in their tier list of where they wanted to live, it wouldn't average out at A tier. I know Poland for what it is. All right, it's a hidden gem. To be fair, Poland could have been S tier. I've put Czechia and Croatia there. It could have been S tier. It's the most likeliest place I am ever to move to be honest. Yeah. Dictator speak. I don't care. Yeah, Poland is amazing. Scream if you love Poland. Poland, and I think he gets a bad rap, and I don't know why. It's probably the least Eastern European country. But it has, as I said, it's got all the benefits of location. The food's a bit... I'd have to get used to that. But I could buy crisps, I'm sure, and just do that. Galaxy, no. Do you know why I wouldn't do a tier list based on nature? It's because, I'm almost certain that any and every country has got phenomenal nature parts to it. And the research I'd have to do, because there is no way that I'd be able to put Lithuania in D tier without researching it for nature purposes. And somewhere would always do. No, USA wins, to be fair to them. The USA. The USA, when you bear in mind how many different, I don't know, ecological, well, I don't know why I can't speak. How many different environments it has, you can go anywhere. If you want to go one in the desert savannah, you can find somewhere that's going to be really hot. If you want to go somewhere really cold, you can go somewhere really cold. If you want to go somewhere deciduous, you can go deciduous. Arctic, you can go bloody Arctic. If you want to live in a proper urban city, you can do. If you want to live out in the country, you can do. If you want to live hot or cold, I think the USA does have it all. The issue is then, no offense, you have to deal with them. And they're not all as nice as the people in my community, right? It depends where you're going. It's on my bucket list. I'm going to go to Houston, Texas and go to a Buc-ee's because that's what I really want to do. Okay, I'll see you later, dude. Yeah, but Galaxy, then you have to live in Bulgaria. I don't mind Bulgaria. I feel like Bulgaria, where did I put it? C tier, yeah. Because it is definitely the step up the other Eastern European Baltic countries. But it's not... I imagine for the same kind of price that you can move to Bulgaria, you could live to Poland and Croatia. Well, I'd rather go to Poland or Croatia. So... Right. Do you want me to talk about Guinness? It's a beer that's not a beer, that is sludge, that takes forever to pour out and has to be room temperature. And it's brown. I ain't having that. I'm sorry. I'm not. Yeah, Guinness is just the worst thing in the world. St. Paddy's Day. Submarines. Fair enough. Needles. And portal defibrillator. See, if I was you, I would have started off with submarines, needles, and portal defibrillators, because St. Patrick's Day and Guinness is just like... it's the Scotland of drinks! That is so true. That is so true. Check Discord real quick. I will check it just for you, Cinder. Svet will understand. I'm sure if he watched, he'd understand more. Oh, and Eze is trying to get Matt banned from the Discord. So, Matt, stop posting pictures of your cat in the Discord. Apparently, Eze doesn't like it. Yes, by 100%. Croatia is expensive. Poland and Bulgaria are similar. Ireland also gave us Halloween. Listen, stop trying to make Ireland work, all right? I don't mind Ireland. I've got no issue with the Irish. Yeah, do you know what's weird? I think we used to have this thing when I was growing up. We used to talk about the Polish plumbers and stuff come over and they took our jobs, right? That kind of thing. You don't hear that now because everyone understands, especially the Eastern Europeans that come to the UK, work so fucking hard, and we all knew that all along. So you don't really get that said anymore. Instead, you hear other things said about different people coming here. You don't hear about the Eastern Europeans. We don't care about the Eastern Europeans. Oh, you meant private message? Oh God, why? What have I? Canada. Yeah, but anything you see in Canada, you can see in the US. It's just the US also has the hotter regions. Bear in mind something. I'm not here as a USA stan, right? I don't sit there and say, oh, the US is really good. But you can't deny its incredible nature and beauty. So, yeah, I just think people talk about the US. And it's how Europeans talk about the UK, right? We are the butt of so many jokes. And it's like water off a duck's back. I couldn't care less. I honestly couldn't care less. And I imagine that's how the US people feel when people take pot shots at them. They're just like, we just don't care. The US has massive problems, right? Huge problems. But it's undeniably one of, if not the most beautiful country in the world, just because of how diverse it is, right? You could pick anywhere, anything that you'd want to see, you could go to the US and see. Like, literally anything. Bottle of water. Yeah, so I will take US criticism all day long. It's funny to wind them up, but it's got to be realistic. And to say that US isn't a fantastically beautiful country is just weird. Oh no, Invictus. No, I think we all have to. You know, it's one thing joking around. Like for instance, I genuinely hate Scotland. So it's at the bottom of the tier list. But if I was to do a tier list and the USA was on here, it'd be right at the top because I would love to be there. Don't get me wrong, there's problems. But when you're a country that's got 350, 400 million people and it's run like 50 individual countries because of the states, you're going to have issues and that's fine. Yeah. Kraken, don't do it. Scotland banter is forced. Legit an awesome place. I'm not even going to bother. I'm not even going to bother responding to that. That's just rubbish. Absolute lunacy. Scotland over England every day of the week. Fucking... That's what I really think. Get your third world country ass back down in F tier. Oh, Paco wants the heat. Listen, the funny thing is, Paco's the only one here that can ban people. So he's the only mod currently in the chat. So I can't. I could ban him. I don't know how to ban him. Paco could ban all of you right now. He's a haggis. Dude, exactly. The Scots are weird. The Scots are weird. And the thing is as well, they hate us. But they're allowed to hate us. If we say anything negative against the Scottish, it's like the end of the world. But the Scots can slam us every day of the week. Yeah, but deep fried Mars bars, I feel like they're onto something there. It's probably the healthiest thing Scottish people eat. Scotland's a bad place. I mean, what's the US state that everyone hates if you live there? It's like a cold Alabama. Is how Ohio. It's a cold Ohio. I was going to say Florida Dusk, but Florida has like Disneyland or something, doesn't it? California Invictus. I can tell which way you go. Right, Dan, I know you're Romanian. Would you rather it was higher or lower? If you say higher, you're too biased. If you say lower, I'll trust your opinion and put it lower. Yes, Arctis. Arctis is new favourite. Def higher because you got Mickey. I don't know what that means. Is that a type of food or a beverage? Michi? Mickey? Is that a person? It's a capital M. Argent, listen. I was worried you were going to be here. Because you're Albanian. You've asked in a very nice way what this tier list is based off of. Let me just put this at the top. This is based on where I'd like to live. Don't take the fact that I put Albania in D tier as a negative. I'm presuming you're Albanian based on the name. I just don't think I'd like to live there. Oh, bless your heart. I'm really bad now. I did say at the start, no one can taste offensively. It's weird, right? I'm very funny with food. And so a lot of the Eastern European countries and Balkans, the food plus the cold weather, I'm just not for it. I just wouldn't. Do you mean Greece? Oh, I'm joking. I don't know if that offended you or not. I don't know which way round people get offended. I was only joking. I just know that that's a very contentious issue that I didn't mean. I would put all the Balkan on F tier. Fair enough. I went to Thessaloniki, and they called. Listen, we're not going to get political, right? But they called that Macedonia, and they were like, "Nah, that's North." I can't remember which way round it is. Certain people get really offended when you call it that, isn't it? Because we used to at one point call Macedonia Macedonia. Who? Greg's. You don't like weird food and then like Greg's sausage rolls. Well, I can tell Cinder has never been to the UK and tried Greg's sausage rolls. Yeah, listen, bro. That's like our national dish. Yeah. Do you know what, Paco? Honestly, I put France higher out of peer pressure. I would have France in D tier because there ain't no way I'd ever live there. Arctis. See you later, dude. Yeah, I'm not surprised they're in Ireland. Yeah, Argent, that sounds like that's a hot potato topic. Which we're not going to talk about. Right, gang. What time is it? 10:30? It's 9:45. I've got work in the morning. Tonight has been fun. Listen, any tier list ideas, send them through, because the idea will be that every stream will have like a hero tier list like we done, and it's going to have a country tier list or like a drink tier list or something else, and then I'll put them together and just have that as a little own video kind of thing, just to boost up the YouTube's chocolate tier list. Yeah, but don't send it to me here, because I'm not going to remember that. You've got to send it to me in Discord, in the suggestion tab. Put that there. Put tier list dash chocolates. To be fair, chocolate tier list is just going to be all chocolate tastes the same to me. So yeah. Viewer tier list, Dusk. Listen, I could do that. I promise you that people would get upset about it, because there is certain people like you, for instance, and people like Lucky and your brother, who only provide good things, both in the Discord and when you watch streams and on comments. There's other people that provide good things mixed in with bad things, and so therefore they would be lower down, but they wouldn't be happy that they're lower down. So yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that. Paco, what did Paco say? Chocolate tier should be black or white. Quite racist. Who's the better twin? Absolutely not talking about that. I love you both the same. And there are some people who are from Scotland. I don't mind Scottish people. It's a Scottish mentality. I'm very bitter against the Scottish. Very bitter. You're not the bad guy, Paco. Paco, to be fair, if I did this is why we're not getting into it. If we did one, you would certainly be right at the tippy top because of everything that you do. So yeah. I'm not talking about which twin's my favourite, because I love all of you exactly the same. You're like children to me. Right? We don't have favourite children. We don't have favourite members of the community. Don't get me wrong. There's members of the community that I don't like as much. I'm joking. Can you imagine? No, don't. Right. Anyway, as usual, it's been fantastic. I've enjoyed tonight. It's been good. It's been nice doing this. Normally, it would have been really difficult tonight to have just done a stream on Idle Heroes, because there wasn't a lot to talk about, was there? So this was a lot more fun. I had fun doing this tier list. I think we got it right. I had fun doing this tier list. I definitely got it right. So yeah, any more suggestions, obviously leave them in the Discord, DM me, whatever. Monday's account reviews, and they said we'll do another couple more tier lists. I had loads of fun. But yeah, and it was nice seeing everyone. Ren, Will, Dusk, Connor, Invictus. It was nice seeing you, Vulcan, I presume is Matt, everyone, Sandy, Randy, Argent, apologies, Galaxy, nice to see you, Koji. Anyway, have a fantastic weekend. I love you all very much. Stay safe. VH out.